some timely advice from the Three Barons.
If you want toys like other little boys in your neighborhood, then don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good. And dolls with curls are for the little girls who do things they should. So don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good. You can't fool Mr. Santa Claus, he knows right from wrong. And you can't be right for just one night, you gotta be right along. You'd love to see another Christmas tree where the old one stood. So don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good. Wait till the night before Christmas to be good.
Here is some timely advice from the Three Barons.
If you want toys like other little boys in your neighborhood, then don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good. And dolls with curls are for the little girls who do things they should. So don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good. You can't fool Mr. Santa Claus, he knows right from wrong. And you can't be right for just one night, you gotta be right along. You'd love to see another Christmas tree where the old one stood. So don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good.
some timely advice from the three barons.
If you want toys like other little boys in your neighborhood, then don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good. And dolls with curls are for the little girls who do things they should. So don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good. You can't fool Mr. Santa Claus, he knows right from wrong. And you can't be right for just one night, you gotta be right along. You'd love to see another Christmas tree where the old one stood. So don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good. Wait till the night before Christmas to be good.
Here is some timely advice from the...
Don't wait till the night before Christmas to be good.
And in 3, 2, 1, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 11th annual 12 podcast of Christmas, episode 9 or something. I can't remember.
9.
It is the episode 9. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Francois Nation.
I'm Andrew Sorsdahl.
And I am Red Foo of the famous tandem, the Island Boys.
Is that one of their names?
Yeah,
No.
Red Foo and Sky Blue. Gotta be the gang,
Did
gang
you make this up?
sign. Gotta be the gang, gang
That would be,
sign.
that's like party rock.
Did you make
not,
that up?
No, Red Foo and Sky Blue from the Island Boys. Because they got them gang,
That's
gang
LMFAO.
sign. They got like the big froze.
Is that what the...
LMFAO,
and they go,
yeah.
That's what their names
and
are?
the party rock.
Okay.
No.
And
he
we've
mixed
got
them
a
up.
very special guest with us today. You know him as the Texas Rattlesnake. He hasn't wrestled in over 15 years professionally. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the one and only. Or as close as we can get here in Saskatchewan. It was an attempt. Oh, got your phone.
Ooh, gang, 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 gang. Welcome. Today's episode is brought to you by Southwest Terminal. Solid, steady, certain.
All right, Andy. Oh, fucking perfect. You can shut down the introduction for Stone Cold.
That was awesome.
For those of you who might not have seen that because it's off frame.
camera.
So Swayde wanted to do a really cool
I'll do a little BTS for you.
little beer chug there. But we've got a light right above us, and our producer, who I don't know how athletically inclined threw the beer right
Hey,
at the light.
esports
and
count.
Esports inclined. That is
It
true.
counts. Yeah.
That was high and outside.
It was a high pressure situation.
Music.
It was. That's the first time we've ever had her throw anything while producing.
To be fair, if the light wasn't there, it would have been a perfect toss.
That was the first time I shot.
It doesn't help that you're what, like 6'4"? Because you're
I'm not 6'4".
You're basically intersecting with the light, which I couldn't reach by standing. So it's Swayde. I know a lot of you, the people who are watching this in posterity after we're dead, are wondering who was watching the live episode if Swayde is on the episode.
That's true.
Yeah, so if you're here,
my tens of fans.
He
that
set
are
his
watching,
he
my
set his
tens
laptop
of
up
fans.
before he left.
and left it on.
Left
the
it on,
stream.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's 50%. That's 50% of
came
our
here.
viewers.
There's all of our viewers. So thank you. It's too bad you couldn't watch this one live. But thank
rewatch it
you
later
for being.
tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. As soon as this one's done, you rush upstairs to the TV and watch it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Today we're gonna have Swayde drink some of the world's hottest hot sauces. So these are Elijah's.
I wasn't made aware of this.
Elijah's,
The world?
This is Brad
Elijah's
entirely.
extreme.
This is not-
father and son
You
handcrafted hot sauce.
fuckers.
I know we just did a hot sauce thing, but this will be way funnier because
No,
this
oh,
is
come
like
on!
these are like special, really hot
No.
sauces. Just a
Great.
taste.
Like, is it just me or?
I'm gonna
doing it
let
as
you
a
pick
fucking-
by the name. No, we're not doing them.
Why?
Okay, Swayde, you can either pick Reaper, Ghost Pepper, or Regret.
Pick.
Let's start with some regret.
Well, it's extreme regret, to be fair.
Oh, is it?
You want Extreme Regret, Ghost Pepper, or Handcraft?
Is there like a hot like? Are
I'm
they
not
all the
telling
same
you which is
heat?
the hot.
Oh, okay, I'm just gonna start with regret.
Okay, take a little swill out of that guy.
Oh, it's already opened.
Yeah, we tried it a little bit before.
And
It's
like
None
just
of them
dab
are-
it on my finger. Or
None
what?
of them are crazy. They're not.
yeah, take a good swig or however you
Well,
want.
I don't want to fucking. Like, is it runny or
The one's not fun.
No, it's like those hot sauces that get so hot it's like a thick puree.
like is that okay?
That's
Oh, yeah.
whatever. Yeah, that's.
I don't think they're that
the
bad,
one,
actually.
the one's
flavorful.
The one's not great, but I can't remember
Got a
which one
little
it
kick
was.
to it though. Not bad.
Yes. Are you a suicide wings guy?
So this is like
yeah.
this
Okay,
is like
so-
all the time. but-
20 or 30
you can
times
handle
hotter
them.
than
Oh, yeah,
the
I
thing
like
that I
okay.
didn't like that
I'll
other
eat the
last
hottest thing,
live
but I'm definitely
episode.
sitting on the can the next morning.
That's fair.
So we just want to thank again SWT
That was really good.
for paying Swayde's wages to come out here.
Do you love
guy
eating
jack
Chipotle?
Alex Mraz for giving us this thing.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex. He'll never watch, but that's okay. We love you.
Oh, I thought this was a lobster in the mouth.
That's
of
what I
the
mean.
skeleton,
I
but
don't
it's
mean
a,
like he's.
it's a
he won't-
scorpion
he will choose.
because they're associated with heat for some reason.
Because why would a lobster be associated
Because
with
of
heat?
the poison. I do want to dive right in, Swayde, and get us to tell us about your year. The organization that you work with takes you on trips all over the place, where you consume at a rate that is unparalleled. You are a caloric phenom.
like a real
Again, right to fucking
real
eating.
world.
Tell us a little bit about all the places that you ate and drank to excess this year on a chemical company's bill. Go ahead.
Fuck. I don't know. I went.
Hold on. Just for those of you who are not familiar with the agricultural sector and this new modern wave of salespeople, when we used to lampoon the pharmaceutical reps of the 80s and 90s where they would like get box seats and take doctors out, and Andrew's father was accustomed to this treatment where you would get, if you even thought about prescribing their product, you would go all over and eat and drink to your fill. And now they're doing that with chemicals. So Swayde is basically a modern doctor. I'll say that, I think, pretty
You're
clearly.
not far off.
He's
no.
a learned doctor. We know that.
So tell us
How's
about
the learning doctor?
tell us all about 12 months of eating and drinking to excess on somebody else's bill. For those of us peons.
We work hard, but we play hard as well.
Well, tell us about the playing. The working is not as much what our audience, I know.
It's nothing crazy. We go to Swift Current once in a
I know
while
we've
and
got
get
a
drunk.
couple of heavy set guys out there in the audience today who are logged on.
Me?
And all the way out of Climax, they want to know how much you ate or drank this year. Go ahead.
An absolute fuck ton.
No, tell us. Give me a
I
specific.
don't know. You can't you can't just. It's too broad.
Well, give me one example of a night where you went and just ate and drank to your fill, and the fill line is high.
I don't know. We went to. Austin, that's where it was in Texas. Yeah.
Okay, so
Went
tell
to
us
a ball
about what
game and-
does a day with a pharmacist or a chem rep in Austin, Texas look like?
Well, there's some learning.
So
There's some learning.
Swade's a bumpkin. So this is planes are all new, salads he's never seen, this kind of thing. They had an avocado. How do you say that? Anyway, tell us give us your walkthrough day, minute by minute in Austin, Texas.
Oh,
So where'd you fly out of? Obviously first class.
Where the hell did we fly out of? Saskatoon.
Okay,
And then
proper, like not the second airport, like the main one,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
like David Baker.
yeah, no, then we went to Minnie. And then from Minnie to Austin.
For those of us who aren't traveled, Minneapolis, Minnesota,
Yes.
part of the Tri-City, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Anyway, go ahead.
The Twin Cities.
Twin Cities, I mean.
Well, went there, landed, I don't know. God, it had to have been
Did you
6,
must
7
have eaten on the
o'clock.
plane.
No, I just drank.
Did you eat in the airport? Oh, you
No,
must
I
have.
was severely hungover because we were in Toledo's the night before and we got drunk.
Okay, so the trip actually started in Leopold's, OG Leopold's on Albert? No.
No, on
oh, you're in
Broad-
Saskatoon. Sorry, you're at Broadway.
Yeah, Broadway.
So you're taking your dollars in that area, and you're deciding Leopold's is where you want to take those corporate dollars.
Yeah, apparently.
Not a block away up the street and across the street and up one. Anyway, so you're hammered in Leopold's. You
Yeah.
drink till 2 in the morning.
It might have been.
They
Yeah,
say
might
you
have been.
say, oh, you're thinking maybe you don't. Another round. Fuck it, it's not on us.
Yep.
Thank you to Bear Crop Science, or who took you?
Ring the bell.
I'm not naming
You're
it.
not-
I don't want to get fired.
Okay, so you get down to Austin. Where
Yep.
do you eat first? Something tacos. Ricky, take
It was. We walked down like they have this.
I could do the play-by-play without all that. Go ahead.
They have this street like Broadway or whatever. It's fucking like all bars and stuff. We walked up it for a while and then found a food establishment and ate and drank a lot of tequila.
Okay.
And then I woke
Top
up.
shelf.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
And then how many tacos do you think you'd eat in that scenario? These are all free.
What do you?
Like gratis tacos. What would you have, 15?
That time or like in general?
No, that time.
Oh, I don't know, like 4? It
Yeah,
wasn't
okay.
much.
Are we still in Saskatchewan in this
No,
story?
we're in Austin, Texas.
We're in
Okay.
Austin, Texas, on
Say,
whatever
my
their
God.
famous street is, and drinking and eating tacos.
Gotcha.
And then you'll be out all night.
Oh yeah, all night. Yes, we're having
And
fun.
then so the chem rep is just taking the company car, just pounding her through.
Well, you're trying to get me fired here. I'm not saying any company secrets.
No. This is whatever company you think he's talking about. It's not you. It's the other competitor that's doing this ridiculous bullshit shenanigans.
You're kind of cornhole.
Do you want to?
Oh yeah, we have
Ramen eggnogs?
our first eggnogs of the season. This is chronologically our last filming.
Yes.
We're not keeping that a secret anymore. We have the other episodes in the can, so we're gonna have rum and eggnog to celebrate. And I know Swayde loves his.
Liquor.
Wait, this is light eggnog. I'm sorry.
But my caloric intake
I
needs
know.
to be fucking ramped up.
The caloric phenom. I don't think.
Can we not say that was the first time I ever shotgunned a beer to completion?
Yeah, that's true.
That was absolutely insane. I can't.
In 31
What?
years.
I can't
That's
do
the
it.
first time I've ever seen him do it. In
I can't
31
do it.
years.
Like straight, like one go.
I can't.
No.
No.
He could drink a bottle of Jack Daniels and get a hard on, but he can't fucking. He can't drink one.
Fucking rock hard.
Like, are you saying you don't even attempt it? Like, have I?
Oh,
not
like if I have the
Oh, yeah,
option, I'm not
it's sick.
doing it. I can't chug to save my life.
Man, I'm trying to like. It
Oh, you
seems
nailed the
like
mix on
so
was all you?
impossible
Oh,
that I've
legit, no,
never
I can't-
seen you or shotgun
Adding
with
the
you.
cinnamon has
Like
helped
I'm sure
a
I've shotgun,
lot.
but like I've stopped midway through.
makes the
burped
Bacardi.
or complained or farted or whatever, right?
Man,
Yeah, I've never done.
how
a
did I
completion.
not know
Like,
this?
Unless it was like Twisted Tea. And
There
that
are
doesn't count.
there are not many things that Swayde hasn't done quote to completion, and that is now off the checklist. You're not a half man. I think that's
Oh.
why you and I've always gotten along. It's all
So,
or
I
nothing.
don't, you don't half-ass one thing, you full-ass or how whatever the fucking.
You don't half-ass two
Swanson.
things.
Just get
you
Ron
full-ass.
Swanson, yeah.
Just get bloated right away, or what's
No,
the?
you
No,
Just
I
his
just
little-
can't. I just can't
his
open my
little
throat
throat
or
and
whatever.
belly.
My little bird lips.
If you blended it in with ground beef, it would. But
God, yeah.
It's just not quite thick enough.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah.
the liquid's so viscous.
Get a
it's
tall
like,
boy, pour half it out, fill half the other.
Ground
fill with
beef.
Yeah,
beef.
yeah.
No problem.
No. So you're the heaviest guest we've had. And
Such a piece of shit.
that's science based.
No, it's not science-based.
That's science based. So
Next year
to
we're
commemorate you being here,
Next year we'll get a digital scale that you can see the readout.
as he's eating, it just keeps.
It's like, Swayde, lift your feet off the ground.
Swayde wondered why I put the DVD or Blu-ray for Heavy Metal on the table. That was
Also a gift from
Because
Alex.
I'm heavy. I'm a real fat sack of shit, aren't I? Yeah.
Swayde. God, we don't use that kind of language.
Oh,
On this program.
We're a body positive podcast
Yeah.
actually. So
do.
Tell us about your Christmas plans. So you decided you graced us with your presents.
Yeah, no, I was pretty lucky. I was up here anyway. With
Oh, don't say up here. We don't tell people where this podcast
up here,
takes
down there,
Where the Twin
over
Cities?
here.
We're the Twin Cities.
Swayde's just on his
No,
way
we're-
out. He's just at a layover in Minneapolis, St. Paul, so he
You
stopped.
just caught me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
did they tell you what the original plan we were going to try to concoct for this episode was?
Well, he was saying something about Whoppers, but I don't believe a word he says.
No,
ever.
no. We were the original plan was to try to tell.
Oh, I
you-
did tell him.
Oh,
that,
the
yeah.
Schmeese
And
thing?
try to
That
get
would've
Schmeese
been
to come
fucking-
down.
I probably would have cried.
Yeah, Schmeese wouldn't.
Yeah.
wouldn't
But like, weird. The guy loves to fucking. But yet he won't come on here and.
I think he was too worried he'd upstage you.
No one can fucking upstage me.
Not the Pope.
I've never been upstaged. Never.
The Pope's
Never
driving,
your
through,
mind,
driving through
Larry.
the Vatican, and everyone's turned around backwards looking at Swayde.
Yeah.
I will
Just
say
crushing tacos.
maybe that one night at your wedding, I think Alex might have upstaged everybody.
That was that was freaky. That was yeah.
It was
He got-
awesome. He won the
I
night.
don't want to say he got gay, but he got kind of weird. And
Hey,
it was
after
it was
Hey,
after two in the
It's-
morning.
it's-
I've
not
seen
us.
more of him than I wanted to. It was interesting. Yeah. We had
it was great.
No, it was fun. That was probably the only
you
time
want
I've ever
raw,
been upstaged.
unfiltered? Here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is, Canada.
Swayde, you regularly wear the Borat swimsuit
Regular, that was one
in
time.
public.
That was one time.
Regularly
15
in
years
Swift
ago.
Current wear the Borat.
Swayde says, I saw more of him than I would have liked.
What are you fucking? What are you, Petunia Potter, or what's her name?
What?
Who's Petunia Potter?
What's the aunt's last name?
In what?
I have no idea.
Harry Potter.
Oh, I have no idea.
Dursley. Petunia
Dursley.
Dursley. She's quite proper.
Is she?
Yeah, is she not?
Is there a scene where there's like a naked guy and she says, "Oh, that's too much"? I don't
but
like.
she's a
I'd watch
proper
it then.
What?
person.
What
I've
scene
never
is
seen
coming?
it.
What
I've never
scene?
seen
is
it.
No,
on
I'm
your
just saying
mind?
she's a proper lady.
I've seen all of the Harry Potters except for the last one because I watched the second last one. I was like, I'm good.
Okay, did you watch?
I've never.
You
seen
never.
it.
You saw the first of the two-part.
Like Deathly Hollows Part 1, and I watched it and it ended where it did. And I'm like, I'm good.
Can't
I'm
believe you
good.
didn't see the end of the war. That's the best part.
I just like
There's a war.
Yeah,
just-
there's a
The
war.
wizards fucking. Or whatever. Are they wizards?
Culminates. There's a whole arc of the story.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's like this kid.
I
his
still
name's
don't watch it,
Harry.
but-
He's got an enemy and they need to meet at some point.
Professor Snape fucking.
I just
gets at him or
wasn't. I just
whatever.
wasn't super interested. I don't know. I just didn't. Could
Not
take
enough,
it or leave
not
it.
enough drinking and tits
What
for
a
me.
what a twist.
Andrew,
Yeah.
get home and install World of Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Enjoy
Enjoy.
the world.
Worldwide sensation before we kill you.
I don't know. I feel like
Next year on the podcast, we're watching every episode of Harry Potter
okay.
in
I'm not.
order
every
on
episode.
episode 1
I don't-
live.
the thing
You
is, I
can
don't-
join us.
I shan't be attending. or
I don't
watching.
hate. I don't like
You've
hate
lost
Harry
your one
Potter. I don't
viewer.
actively hate Harry Potter. I'm fully ambivalent when it comes to.
No, I hate
to
Harry Potter.
Everything that you do is pretty magical. I can't believe you don't like.
I hate Harry Potter because way back in the day, when
Your
I was
ass casts
fucking
spells constantly.
10 years old or whatever it was. When I was getting bullied, they called me Harry Potter, and I just like, nope, we're done.
Back when you were getting bullied.
Yeah, I'm continuing. I'm
Way-
still getting bullied, but about
Way
the
back
fact-
when the bullying was going on.
It's actually
It's
You're
like-
watching
it's
an
like-
active bullying go
it's like-
down right
it's like-
here, calling me
it's like-
fat and stupid.
He's like, can you? I never called you stupid. He's like, can you believe people used to talk negative about me right to my face? They'd say things about my weight and intellect.
That's what she said.
it's actually probably
What did they say about you, Swayde? I don't remember. It was so long ago since that's happened.
it's probably very good
Idiot.
that Schmeese
I have
here.
regrets now. Fucking.
Because if Schmeese was here, we would be
Oh.
we would be the subject of a
so
documentary.
I don't know how to-
Netflix would immediately be the subject of a documentary. Be like,
Yeah,
holy fuck, these people
I
are
hope Schmeese is watching.
cruel and unusual
What,
and should be in
which camera
jail.
am I looking at? Fuck you, Schmeese. Fuck you.
There's no way.
I know. Or Heiswick. Hi, Heiswick. You're a good guy. Fuck you, Schmeese. Fuck you.
We got a question from the audience
Please.
here.
Oh, here you go.
About Swayde?
Directed at Swayde. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
great.
The question is, Where's the best taco you've ever had? What is the best one from what establishment?
I've never had a bad one.
So they're all equally good.
You
I
never,
would say, fuck, man, I don't know.
You're really bad at answering questions.
Well, I
Think about a magical time
it is
before
very
you had
tough.
gas.
'Cause most of the time I'm drunk. I don't remember. Shit. I mean,
Just name a place that's got a great taco.
Like, and Daniel
where
was
was
all
where,
in
that,
on this.
that,
and she, I don't
that,
know. It's-
that place in fucking Whitefish, and we call it the Taco Casino, but what was the actual place called?
The Taco Casino.
Because it sold tacos and there was VLTs, and it was awesome.
It was cool.
fucking wicked. But I can't remember the actual name because we were
Just
That's
look
what
up
it
the only
should be
place in
called, the Taco
Whitefish,
Casino.
It
Montana
was
that
just up from
sells
the Bulldog.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
new
know.
that's a new Chaos Thief song.
Taco Casino.
Taco Casino, yeah. That's a great title.
it is. It's very. It paints a
So
picture, but it's
who was
also still
wondering?
very.
Who was wondering?
What'd you say, sir?
Who was wondering?
Your rival in the taco industry.
Rival, I don't have one. She doesn't exist.
She does.
She did not like permanently mark her body with anything, so I win.
Oh, show us your ass tattoo with the taco.
Are we allowed? Is that
Yeah.
we're not gonna get booted?
No, that.
It's on the top of his crack.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you don't have to fully, if it's just,
Well, I don't know, Matt.
yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Be tough.
Is it on the
We don't have like a
side,
good
right?
zoom in, but
Am I
you
pointing
kinda
right?
see.
There's a taco.
Is it working?
That's a taco on his ass.
That's how much Swayde likes tacos.
Yeah. So therefore, rival, show us your tattoo.
We're-
taco.
Okay, here's a question for you. How often do you eat tacos? Is it a weekly thing?
It'll be in spurts. Like I
Wait,
could go
hold on.
a couple.
Andrew,
a
you have
month
to
or
ask
so
these
without
questions
touching
in
them.
hourly terms.
No.
So he doesn't eat in weeks.
Honestly, I can't remember
like,
the last time I even had a taco. It's been
it's like how much stuff's on
A
that
month?
shipping container. It's like no, we need to figure out what's in each unit. We have to compartmentalize.
no
consumption.
like there'll be days.
Compartmentalized consumption. There's a thief song.
Shut the fuck up. I said there'll be times I won't go like a month or two without it, but then there are times like I'll have 50 in one sitting. Like I don't know, it's just random.
What percentage of restaurant meals have you eaten since you turned 19 without alcohol?
1,
1%.
probably 1.
So
Like I'm usually like you sit
I'm-
down, you
I'm
order a
putting
beer,
lunch and
you order a pint.
breakfast.
Yeah, because you get mimosas or Caesars.
So you're saying every 100 restaurant meals you have, one doesn't include alcohol?
Probably because you usually have one to sit down. I don't know.
Like not counting obviously fast, like where they don't sell alcohol.
Yeah, I would think the fast food is accounting for all of the non-alcohol. And you
No,
can't.
because I think one time after
taco-
actually I
the
can
taco
I can,
time in the Calgary airport,
I
you
can
get
I can
Heineken
think of
and
one
Corona.
time this past summer we were golfing and I was driving. So
You only had
so
a couple.
no, so we went and they went to BP's after and I had like iced tea or something. That was like other than that.
Like straight
I had
mix.
I had nice tea.
It's weird. I don't drink straight mix.
I had it. I
you
was
need
gonna
more
say, I had a nice tea mixer the other day and it was pretty good.
What's that? What's that always selling in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, when they're on the boat.
I had a Diet
They're on the
Coke about
cruise?
6 weeks ago.
Oh, Charlie's just like, man, it's a fucking
they-
Orange
it's the
juice mixer.
craziest thing you'll ever see.
screwdriver
It's like, so weird.
No, it's just
orange juice.
you mean the mixer?
What? So
When's the last time you had a mixer? I had Diet Coke about 6 weeks ago.
Diet Coke mixer.
It was good. It was good.
Interesting, and I found this out a few years ago, but I rarely think about it. Only when I'm watching Christmas content based in the United States. But they just refer to alcohol in eggnog as eggnog.
Yes.
Like if you ever hear them, like characters on programs will often say like, "Oh, I've already had 3 eggnogs today." Or
Yeah,
like,
I know it's the same thing about this punch. If they're just having punch, it's always
yeah.
punch.
You
It's
don't
not-
drink non-alcoholic eggnog.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Yeah.
like you make an eggnog
Also-
in a pit in a
You said
like
Christmas content from the United States. So you're
All
referring to
Christmas content.
continental Christmas content.
wow. That's like compartmentalized California. Did that? Red Hot Chili Peppers. Calorification?
holy fuck.
Californication, but with calories? How do I say that?
caloric for fornication.
Caloric fornication.
I'm singing black and white now. Holy shit.
I do. I've been sepia for about 11 years. It just blends browns and whites and grays. It's a beautiful world we live in.
We had a call out here.
Oh God, who is from whom?
Your rival. It says a
I
month.
don't have a rival.
It says a month.
She hasn't permanently marked her body with anything. I don't have a fucking rival.
Well, they're listening, and they said
Hi,
a
Amy.
month between tacos sounds like someone who doesn't love tacos.
Where's your tattoo, Amy? Where's your tattoo? I
Um,
would say show me your taco, but that sounds pretty bad.
That's a bad.
So I'm gonna say let's see their but I actually mean taco. Not,
Yeah, it's everyone else who's the sick pervert.
yeah, you fucking
Yeah.
perverts. You sick freak.
you are
What are you, some kind of pervert?
you are a champion of Christendom. You are.
She's gonna be in that car driving home and just, oh goodness, oh my god, oh my god.
You just can't help yourself with sexual harassment, can you?
It follows me wherever I go. It's a problem. It really it's a
my
fuck-
cross to bear.
It's my cross to bear. Yeah.
You did very well for the household you grew up in. Um, your mother.
She's probably gonna watch this.
Your mother never filtered.
You mind your P's and
Your
Q's about
mother,
Donna.
your mother never filtered one sentence that ever
No.
came out of her mouth.
No.
It is brain to mouth. It is.
Let's fucking go.
If you want,
Salt of the earth.
if you want an earnest conversation with a person who will not hold back, your mother has. I don't think she could formulate a lie because she just says what is coming.
What would be the purpose of formulating a lie?
Yeah.
What would you gain?
Nothing.
Everything
I'm
I
the same
have.
way.
Everything I have.
Nothing to gain, everything to lose.
Okay, so
Andrew and Francois are androids.
Huh?
synths actually.
Fucking weird voodoo.
So
You
hu-
gonna fill my fucking cup today, or what are you doing?
Oh, I didn't know you wanted one.
Well, of course, you fuck.
so
Would you like a bridge?
nicotine?
Yeah,
Oh no, I don't
they're
touch
quite
the stuff.
tasty.
I don't touch the stuff. It's poison.
As we're smoking weed, drinking, and I'm also chewing.
Drinking, yeah. This is nectar.
I
of
mean,
God.
this is literal poison.
Yeah, literal poison.
I made a paralyzer last night for first one I've had in a long time. I don't know.
was
I
it
felt
good?
the need to. Yeah, it was. I found like a proper. I mean, I feel
cherry
like it's all the
whiskey or
same,
just
but
normal?
I didn't have whiskey in it. I had vodka.
Yeah,
paralyzer?
like there's cherry whiskey paralyzer. Like you.
Oh no,
your
just
place
Oh,
to
they,
watch.
are, they are lovely.
just a normal one.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. I didn't have coffee liqueur, so I had to use just coffee. But it was a good. It worked just fine.
Interesting.
That is.
That might be really fucking good.
Well, I mean, it
Sweet.
tastes very
Let's
similar.
give this some fucking coffee and mix
I
it
don't.
up.
Kahlua doesn't taste like coffee to me though.
No, it does slightly.
It's just I just didn't have any Kahlua, so I just used what had a similar profile. But tastes good.
Hypothetical / kind of would you rather, I guess. You get $100,000 US, so almost 150 a year, but every month for exactly 1 second at random, there's no way to know, you go fully naked for 1 second, and then it's fully random.
No, I'm taking that deal.
100%.
Because
The people around you would be like, "I'm insane," because that's not a
that.
thing
I
that
don't
can
know. Like,
happen.
Swayde would do 4
Like-
hours,
like-
and it only happens.
I
at
think
family
I think
things.
it was about 6 years ago.
You were naked.
Me and the three other buddies, was it 3 of us or 4 of us? Anyways, we all went. There's at a local rink. There's a bar that overlooks the curling ice, and we all went naked curling with a crowd. So I don't think nudity bothers me a touch. So I don't have to hear the other.
They had a
half
lot of people
that.
watching. Like
They had
probably
it was
7
a
or 8
packed
people.
pub.
I'd like to refer back to earlier in the episode when Swayde said, "I saw more of him than I would have liked."
Yeah. He did fully nude curling.
But I knew all those people. I
Alex
don't
never
know
got
Alex
naked.
from a hole in the ground, really.
Yeah, but is it better to be naked in front of people you know or
Kind of,
strangers?
I would say.
I think
I
I'd
disagree.
rather be naked in Lester B. Pearson Airport International side than in fucking Hazelett at the
Yeah,
Sand
like
Hills
a bunch of
Lake.
people you're
that'd be
never going to
rough.
see again.
Yeah.
I think
I'm not
anonymity.
ashamed.
I mean, it's like I guess it depends a little bit on the crowd. I guess like naked in front of Gummy, it's like
We're
whatever.
Gummy's
You never-
naked,
you
you're
never
naked.
It's
What's
like
the
we're doing
difference?
things.
Who cares?
I actually,
I'm hard. He's hard. Well, I mean, anyways.
you're a
You're a
free agent.
You
is
are
what
a
you are.
handbook on sexual harassment.
I wanted to before I forget. This is a little bit of a diatribe, but have any of you been to Boston Pizza recently in like the last couple months?
No.
They have. You might have seen these in a different
A
restaurant.
triple play.
But I don't know what that is.
That is your spicy Thai.
They have
bites.
pizza?
Your Thai chicken.
Oh yeah,
bites.
that's the new menu item.
It's the 3 most famous appetizers in one combo.
They have that as a menu item now. Yeah. But that's not what I'm talking about. But
well, you know that.
No.
they
They took the bites, the cactus cut chip things,
Or the Bandera
and
bread?
the Bandera bread and made it a one item.
That's kind of smart.
One item.
One item like you just order it as one.
Yeah, and it's all.
Oh, I
included.
see, I
think it's like
see.
$24
But like,
actually.
you get like a
good-
lot of it.
good
for-
decent-
for
I don't
not
know.
extra prices.
Yeah,
didn't get it.
they doubled the porch. I fucking blocked out. Sorry, go ahead.
No, they have digital menus now. So at your table, it's very neat. It's
You'll
like a
never eat anywhere else.
huh?
Like an iPad.
Well,
type
no, it
deal?
doesn't. I don't. I like the deals at Montana's. That's what I like. But no. It is. So it's like a little triangle that's just your table, and both sides have a touchscreen on them. And so, like, if you have you're there with two people, both of them can be looking at the touchscreen. But it has a big power brick in the middle that has charging cords on either side that have all the ends on them, and the top of it is a wireless charger. So 3 people can be charging.
you
their
don't
phones.
have
I bet you
Talk to
Swift
anybody,
current.
you're
I bet you
talking-
Swift current Boston Music
We can just
doesn't
be
get this for another
phones
50
plugged in, rocking the whole
And-
time.
Also,
I don't even.
Brad eats with a VR headset, and it's just Boston Pizza. It just eliminates the other people, so it looks like he's in an empty restaurant by himself.
I actually make a note not to take my phone to restaurants so I can spend quality time
Yeah,
with people
because
I love.
you can't look at your phone through the
VR goggles. The one other nice thing that was like dope on the menu, so they have like menu, drinks, whatever on the little touchscreen. One of the options is call your waiter.
Which
I
should,
kind of like that.
Yeah.
this is how
Although
I
I
I've
do
some
wish.
bad
this is how I
experiences
call,
at Boston
how I
Pizza
call
and
my
Swift
waiter.
current.
Excuse me.
And then they don't come.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then they
No,
don't.
they
They
fucking-
look at you and then they just keep pouring their drinks. Or,
No,
it's good. It's really good that a place like Boston Pizza that clearly has everything else like is as good as it could possibly be. It's really great that they're investing in all this technology because that's like the one thing you could say about Boston Pizza is like
The ordering system.
the ordering system and like
Wasn't
that's the
modernized.
problem. Is like it's tough at the table when you want
It
to.
is cool.
because you don't know. It's paper. I don't.
At an
It's just
Earl's,
like
I
why
would
isn't
like
it?
that.
Why is it the places that I have no desire to eat at ever that are like
The
this,
triple play?
gimmick
I
thing.
would say Boston Pizza is kind of underrated.
Ooh, I have a
But
hard
when,
time.
but
I
when you're
hard
around,
disagree.
you fucking hate going there. But like, I don't mind once in a blue moon going there. Their chicken parm's okay.
No, their chicken parmesan. Everything comes in a bag.
Bandera
the reason
bread.
they made that triple play thing is because it's the only 3 palatable appetizers, and the ones that everyone orders, they put them in a group.
Literally, the only time I eat at Boston Pizza is it's
fish bowls.
it's Rhea Perlman and Danny DeVito. It's either me or nothing. Like
Well,
it's
yeah.
Boston Pizza or
I don't mind going
Good
there
luck.
for a drink and watching a game.
Yeah, like it's a good, decent sports atmosphere.
yeah, that's true.
Not the,
The,
Swift current one because the
the
Swift current one
lounge
fucking sucks.
side is good.
The lounge side's fine. Just a cheap bar.
Except the Swift current. Anyways,
I don't have. Oh yeah, that service
It's-
is so bad.
it's like 15 years behind any other one.
Yeah, you
it's
could-
it's
like-
yet to be renovated. It's the OG setup.
if they had that triangle thing in Swift and you hit the call server thing, it would be just a big laughing face.
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody is fucking coming to the table.
I
now.
love the idea of that at a
The worst
restaurant.
service I ever had was at BP's.
That's good.
No, the only issue that I saw I presented is it is its own unit. Like it is not
No, this.
it is not
Thank you.
hooked up to like a outlet. So like it has a limited
It's
battery
gonna-
life.
It will die eventually.
And all of them except for 2 died while I was there. And we went at the end of the night obviously, so like I don't know if they'd been all day, but I'm like I know power bricks and I know the capacity on like power bricks that are roughly the same size. And like if you have 3 phones hooked up to that thing, it is going to drain one of those in like 2-3 hours max. Like
So did your server? Oh god,
Oh God.
server say, like, because obviously, can I get you something else? No, it was just like bring items to you and then ask if they're good and then leave and then come back.
Well, we didn't really use the thing. I don't. That's kind of an issue too. Is like because it feels so new. We
were scared of it.
we had this little that Boston Pizza also and the Montana's actually that's in that area. We have trouble with the waiters coming at all.
Yeah.
So you were in Swiftcurrent.
Yeah. it
They
was
like to
fucking
ignore.
terrible, man.
So, but we didn't know when we were sitting there. We're like, is this just their modus operandi where they don't like to come very often, or do they expect us to use the thing and call the waiter?
Is this you?
That's
Me.
him.
That's you.
That's you.
So it is the type of thing where you wish when you sat down because it's so new that
We
somebody
almost
would come
out
up and be
already?
like, so this is how they work.
Orientation.
I am not going to come unless you call me. So use the thing to call me and then just get the
In
rules.
Swiftcurrent, they'll stand by the bar and like awkwardly look at you, and then you try and get their attention, and then they look away.
Look, like
It's a kind of a game of cat and mouse.
literally, it was like this past summer. We were golfing. We came in. We were there for 45 minutes, and we got 1 drink. We couldn't get their attention. We had like it was
Like that.
the worst service I've ever fucking had.
When you're
like
coming
that
off
one
the
time
golf
at
course
that
with a bit of a
other
buzz,
place,
that's
awful.
a death sentence.
What's that?
When you're coming off a golf course with a bit of a buzz, that is a death sentence.
Yeah, but like I'm usually pretty like lenient with waitresses. Like my mom was one forever, and I usually like tip pretty decent. But like I tipped him 0, and I've done that maybe twice in my life. That's how bad it was.
I think you are justified in tipping nothing if you have to wait 45 minutes for one drink.
Yeah.
It's probably empty.
Do you remember when we went?
No,
four
there was
tables?
like 4 or 5 tables. There wasn't like it was essentially empty.
I think was Swayde there. It might have been Evan, but we were in Moose Jaw digging out that basement.
Yeah, the Rita Challenge.
The Rita Challenge day, and
was
the
I mad that day?
the service though that day at lunch was we were like the only table there, and same kind of thing, like trying to wave over the waitress. She looks at us, like registers what's happening, and then just like kind of like
No,
turns and-
that's the problem. Is
Yeah.
I think, especially in those bigger restaurants, you will get better service in a busy house on a Saturday because that's when the top tier staff is in.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
true.
a good server can serve 5 tables faster than a bad server can serve 1.
Yeah. Well, remember that time? I think we were driving to Vancouver. Remember it was Golden?
Yes.
We went to the BP's and they literally had nothing.
Oh yeah, the menu item.
Yeah. We're like, hey, can I get this? Sorry, we don't have that. Oh, how about this? No, we have no that. Well, then I guess we're fucking leaving.
I don't know what.
They literally had nothing.
Yeah, we had to eat like.
It was fries and like I don't know cactus chips. Like that's all they had. They had no burgers.
It was
no
a limited
steak.
potato-based menu.
It was yeah.
It was basically like we asked for a few things, and they're like, "We don't have that." It's like, how about you tell us what you do have,
Yeah.
and then we can make a decision rather than playing a fucking 20
After
questions.
driving for 15 hours, we were kind of grumpy.
Yeah.
After a day of podcasting and driving and such. Andrew's cockring his jackam. Anyways.
Yes, big time.
That service is no longer available.
R.I.P.
I'm going to get Sway to try another hot sauce.
Yep. Question: was mine the worst, or like where did mine rank? Just curious.
I think you were the weakest one.
Okay. So
While,
that was pretty weak.
While
Like, it
Brad's
was
getting
tasty.
this hot sauce ready,
Ready?
Swayde, does the phrase "bend and snap" mean anything to you?
Yes.
Could you demonstrate
Nope.
a bend and snap for us,
No,
please?
I refuse.
Did somebody
I will not
ask
be
you
a
for
pawn.
Vanessa?
I will not be a pawn in your stupid little games.
I'm not playing games.
Did somebody
Yeah,
ask
the goddamn fucking crew is. I've watched Legally Blonde more times than I can fucking count.
Jesus, that's a lot.
Yeah, 4.
I love Reese.
That's
It's a classic
Oh,
film.
the sauces get thicker as
It's
they
quite
get hotter.
thick.
Clay wine smoke. I'll say
I
you're
think
on fire.
No, this is not.
Pure
hot as
fire.
that one.
I've had
No.
multiple people tell me
Good
that
flavor.
your commentary is just you're 40% of why this episode works. Clay wine smoke.
Who's this?
One of our commenters. He's just fired. Dynamite. He said he thinks there's mistletoe over the pig there. He needs a kiss. You give the pig a little kiss, or Swayde?
I'll give him a lick.
Give him a little lick.
That's a heavy pig. Uh-oh.
Made of porcelain. Please don't break him. Thank you.
You can't see. He
Excellent.
did kiss it. Open mouth.
I usually crank the hog, not kiss it. Anyways,
You would. Does
No, let's
I-
just let him
the-
sit with that
the-
one for a second.
That was a good joke.
Is there a human resources department where you work?
no comment?
I think
Sway's the head.
I killed him.
much
I
like
am the
Departed,
HR.
Matt Damon is the guy who's set for the task force to find a
Guys for human resources at every place he
Yeah.
applies. He's like, no, you
Oh,
understand.
looks like there's another complaint.
Look at me, I'm the captain now.
I have to be in human resources. You don't understand.
Ladies and gentlemen, things are going to change around here now that I'm in human resources.
If you have a complaint, this is where you can file it. Holds up a garbage can.
Right? Fuck. You want one? Anyways.
Have you? Oh, none of us have seen the Trailer Park Boys movie yet.
I know. I've been meaning to
There's a
actually
new
go.
one?
Yeah.
Standing on
Bubbles
the.
the shit rock.
Yeah, it's not called Trailer Park Boys, though.
It's called "Standing on the Shoulders of Kitties," and it's
Is it like a swear night type thing, or is it like a legit?
Oh, they are.
Nope,
the
they are Trailer Park
they're
The
the
swear
captain.
net stuff's fucking awful. Awful.
yeah. I want it to not be bad, but
Yeah,
it's not
I
good.
kept giving it a chance and it kept flipping.
Yeah, they eventually just realized that they need to just do the thing everyone wants to see and be the Trailer Park
what was
Boys.
that like U.S. road trip one they did? Like there was
That
the
was
same
okay.
guy. He kept throwing. It was just the same thing over and over again.
What do they kept doing?
Like it was just some like what was either like their manager or their handler? It'd be like, oh, you guys got this done, but except here, wait, here's a fucking cog. It's all fucked. You know, it's awful.
Yeah, the road trip ones are not their best.
Wait, is this still going?
Oh yeah, we're live. This is a radio program. We're doing ASMR. The aliens are attacking. We are doing ASMR. They are going after your cheeseburgers. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 4 dead kids outside the studio.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, they're eating them. They're eating the children.
Suck.
Sorry.
Okay, we are virtual live
Sorry, ladies and
video.
gentlemen.
on
We're
the-
back. Here we go.
Just have the highest level of expensive, fully firmware
Bit
updated
of technical
technology,
difficulties we got to
and
figure it out.
You can just spend thousands, and unless you're Joe Rogan, you don't get a clear feed. That's the man with his foot on our neck.
He's a piece of shit.
Okay.
What? We got more comments?
Clay Wine Smoke, you charmer.
Well, do we know this guy?
Yeah, well, no, well, kind of.
Oh, okay.
We know them
Clay
virtually.
Wine Smoke?
Yeah.
What's going
That's how you
on,
pronounce it,
Clay
too,
Wine?
So fucking excellent
Smoke.
handle, too. Sorry, what were we talking about?
What was he yapping about?
No, he said, because they were talking about how it was frozen.
Oh.
And then he said, same, I just see a couple of gorgeous smiles. What a nice
Oh.
comment.
Wow.
He's full of fucking
3 gorgeous
full of
smiles
fucking
and
shit.
Swayde. Let's go around the table and all pronounce Calgary.
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 No.
Let's all go around the table and pronounce Swift Current.
Swift Current.
Swift Current.
Sniff Current.
It's Swift Current. Francois says it weird usually.
Does he?
Yeah.
Do I?
What do you
You
say?
say Swift Current. You always put the emphasis
Swift
on current.
Current.
Yeah.
Is that how I usually say it? If I'm going,
Yeah,
if
you
Like,
I'm
it's
going
it's
quick?
kind of like saying the Calgary Hotel.
I think. I went to Calgary. No, that's how I say Calgary.
Yeah, you don't. It's not Calgary.
I say
Calgary. Calgary.
Fun
No.
fact: I think it was a National Geographic way back when did an article on how to pronounce Calgary.
I know it's
And
Calgary.
the proper way is Calgary.
Okay, let's go around the table and
Okay,
pronounce
is it-
Lloydminster.
Lloydminster. I would say minister, and I don't think that's right, but
I think I say minister.
I say minister.
Lloydminster.
It's Lloydminster is the actual pronunciation.
Oh, I got Mitch Broughton here yapping.
So in Saskatoon, is it Marquis or Marquis?
See, now I have been told by good sources that it is Marquis, and that drives me fucking nuts.
Well, and something I didn't
'Cause it's
realize. I
definitely a
looked.
francophone
yeah.
word?
Well, I looked it up, and there's like Marquis or whatever. That's like the francophone word. But then Marquis, like the Marquis of Queensberry, like it is a royal title, like Duke, the Marquis of whatever.
It's
But the problem is,
it's
like,
Marquis.
because they were speaking French in medieval Europe,
but
like
both
that
are-
was the language of the court in England.
Yes.
Was French for a long
Yes,
time.
Norman French was the
Yeah.
was the
And then when they
language
went
of
back to
royalty,
speaking
yeah.
English, they took the French words over and then bastardized shit out of them, and that's why we have bastardized.
But both are acceptable. Both are
Like there is, I
Technically.
don't know if there's any original Anglophone words that end in IER. Like that's very French. Like Tessier not being Tessier.
Oh my goodness! Have you you just talking about the development of things? Have you guys seen that SNL Christopher Columbus skit?
no.
No, sorry, George Washington.
Yeah, like
Every time I think
like
George
Nate
Washington, I say
with
Christopher
Nate
Columbus.
Bargatze.
Probably, I'm not sure what the
Like talking
actual
about like the
the
Oh,
metric
fuck,
system and the
you did-
imperial
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It is. Oh my god! It is all time.
Oh, yeah, well,
It is the
all
best
time.
thing
By a
SNL
foot.
has done in probably 10
I'm
years.
sorry,
Like
the
since,
link on the story
since
doesn't
the
work.
Avatar thing, it's the best thing I've seen out of them since the Avatar thing. It's so
12.
fucking funny, and like original, and like
All I
was so
care about
impressed.
is that Keenan Thompson goes on and plays
He's
the
in it.
same deadpan black guy every time.
And he is this in this as well.
Yeah, he's just Keenan Thompson.
Yeah.
He can't play characters. He just plays
He just does his face.
a
He
boring
goes,
black guy. Whoa! Yeah, there. I did Keenan.
"That's
And
that's a
what about
moneymaker."
people of color, sir?
He's made
A cup
millions.
will be exactly 35 fluid ounces or whatever the fuck it is.
Nobody knows. He keeps saying. How many of this is in this? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I like that Justin Timberlake is your son going to be. My great grandson's going to be a famous musician. Have you seen that one?
Maybe.
They're like on the boat from Ireland and talking about like Justin
Oh
Timberlake
yeah,
plays his great
yeah,
grandfather.
yeah.
It's cute. It's
Yeah.
cute.
No, I'm not saying it's all.
It's cute. We're
complete-
not all.
I'm not saying it's all
you know,
complete
yeah,
dross.
everything
It's
can't
just
be a
like
fucking
What's your
home run.
favorite era of SNL?
SNL's not on fire anymore.
Like, is it like Farley era or
No, Lonely Island guy.
Lonely Island guys?
That didn't
I well no, Chris Farley one. There's some fucking Van Down by the River is
Yeah.
all time. But like the Will Ferrell with
Will Ferrell.
Celebrity
Will
Jeopardy.
Ferrell.
Jeopardy.
Celebrity
oh my
Jeopardy,
God.
or what
And
was
Bill-
Robert Goulet? Like that was so good.
Will
That shit.
Ferrell with
Unbeatable.
George
Yeah.
Bush, his whole like
Yeah.
the packs of
So good.
monkeys with spear guns on the interstates.
Well, that was that's his spin-off. Yeah, he spun that off into a fucking, I think into 2 different comedy specials he did with George Bush. He did one final night with George W. Bush.
Yeah.
But I think there might have been another one. But anyways, yeah, that's phenomenal.
For me, I think it just I like those retrospectively. Like obviously, I didn't watch them growing up because it was before I was alive. I just like SNL caught me in a phase when I remember I was sitting in my sister's basement and we watched Dick in a Box the first time, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is what comedy is."
Yeah.
So like Dick in the Box up to
That was good, yeah.
up to like
Threw it on the ground.
yeah, threw it on the ground like that. Those digital shorts are everything. It was like rush through this until I get to the digital shorts and then shut the thing off. Mm-hmm. Just like right now, it's like rush through, get to Weekend Update, and then shut it off because Colin Jost and the only funny thing is them saying really incredibly racist
Michael Che.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I love every year they do the Christmas one. They write jokes for each other. They don't know going into it.
Yes.
It is fucking good.
It's fucking
Michael Che always writes the most racist shit for Colin Jost, and it's so goddamn
yeah,
bad.
it's so
It's
funny.
awesome. It's awesome.
And then sometimes Colin Jost is like, I don't fucking know if I can read this.
Yeah.
Like it's bad. Have you ever seen them?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
It's the
they're
best
good.
thing SNL's
It is,
doing,
It's
for sure.
it's a good
Yeah.
tradition. I like that idea. Yeah.
Did they start recently? This
Well,
sounds
I don't know.
familiar.
Few years,
This
few
sounds
years
familiar.
now.
3-4 years that I've
Oh,
noticed.
okay.
It
Oh,
could
so
be
pretty
longer.
pretty recently.
But it's always like their last one of the year. It's like it's like
Yeah.
Like, and
Remember
then
this
the
past
one
weekend
is
they did
like
it?
Yeah, that does
this
sound
fucking
good.
tirade about Scarlett Johansson just being awful, and he has to sit through these fucking movies and he can't stand it.
That's funny.
She's paying for everything, so he has to watch all this shit that she's in and stuff. And it's like,
That's
I
funny.
just skipped through her parts on the Marvel movies. And, oh man, it's good.
Yeah, like I think it was last season. Michael Che hired an older black actress, and like a no name person.
Yeah, to be a civil rights activist.
Yeah, to be like a legit civil rights activist, and he had to like say on screen like something about how bullshit it was or whatever, and then like look at her and like it was fucking awesome.
And then he brought a rabbi on the year after, and
Yeah.
he had to make a bunch of anti-Jewish jokes.
yeah,
That's funny.
it is so. I mean, they don't know going they're like it's totally off the cuff. It's
That's
fucking awesome.
that's such a good format for, like, because that's what I feel like it kind of lacks these days. Maybe is like not necessarily pushing any
It's not
boundaries.
fucking
or-
edgy. And Lauren
Well,
Michaels is 100.
I'm not saying you don't need to be edgy to be funny. Like
they're
the
on
George
that.
Washington thing
Hello,
is
Mitchell
not
Broughton.
edgy at all, but it's hilarious because it's just so clever and original, and like I appreciate that as well. But it's like it does feel a little bit. I like that they've found a way to interject the edginess. Like that's a really clever mechanism to do it because like you have so much. What's the word? Plausible deniability. It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know or whatever, and then you just sell it, and that's really good.
It's so funny.
Swayde,
Oh, God.
we had a question in the comments. What do you think how the birds are doing?
Oh, the Eagles fly, Eagles fly. No, they're doing good. Yep.
I'll have
they're
a
go-
beer.
As much as I hate to say it, it's going to be Chiefs and Eagles in the fucking Super Bowl again, probably.
That was
You think so?
I bet you Patrick Mahomes the week before breaks his leg in half, and then he shows up to the Super Bowl and plays and wins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard to beat the Eagles in a Super
Fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. And also, Jalen Hurts got hurt today, so I don't know. We'll see.
And another question. I don't know where it came from,
Hi, Kelby.
but
Brr.
ASMR. And so I thought we might do each 5 seconds of ASMR. Give our version, Bradford. Go for it. 5 seconds. Here we go.
ASMR. Shucking oysters and eating them. I like New England style.
That was great. Swayde, 5 seconds of ASMR.
Okay. Cowboy butts drive me nuts.
That's good. All right. Andrew, can you hit us with some ASMR, please?
Today on my ASMR channel, I'm going to be whispering softly right into your ear. I'm going to be reading the back of this DVD.
That's very good.
Right here.
Thank you so much.
I'm the guy, one with a dog. I'm gonna drink this warm tea, like the dog's trying to get out the fucking public radio one.
ASMR is really fucking weird if it gets you going. That's not good. You're gonna have to see somebody. You're a good little girl though. You're a good sweet little girl.
The best, I'm cutting you off there. The best ASMR I've ever heard is this old guy who's shucking oysters.
Are you kidding? It's a thing?
Yeah, he's this old guy, and he's like, yeah, "Ooh, that's a good-looking oyster there." He's like,
It's the sound. Yeah.
and then he like holds at me to get the scrape.
I couldn't watch it. I'd have oysters in my pants if I fucking listened to that one.
Slugs and
me a
snails.
second.
Slugs
Took me a
and
second.
snails.
Hey,
Apparently,
I want somebody to comment in the chat if you want Swayde to shotgun another beer after taking a huge gulp of hot sauce.
apparently Clay Winesmoke looks like John Belushi, and Clay Winesmoke confirms. I do.
Does he actually? Like John Belushi, like Animal House?
Or like Speedball John Belushi. Where the hair started falling out from not
Immediately,
sleeping.
he's like, "Yeah, I do." Unfortunately. Oh no.
Okay, I want to comment from
Mitchell
anybody out there.
Baratin. What? Sorry.
Comment out there if you want Swayde to shotgun a beer after taking a huge gulp of the last third hot sauce.
Okay, but we need let's say 5 comments. 5 votes or whatever.
Wait.
And
do
you,
the thing
Larry,
that
you
shows-
cannot be one of them.
What's Swayde? What's your favorite number?
Ever or like
240.
Just a number, yes, please.
Do 6s.
Comment 6 in chat if you want Swayde
Not
to
6.
shotgun another beer.
66.
Oh, 66. Comment 66 in chat if you want Swayde to do another shotgun after he has his hot sauce. I feel like a real live streamer now.
Live tweet us.
Oh no!
You could. We're live. You know.
Go on Blue
We can edit. We'll edit that out.
Oh my god, he looks just like him.
Just like him. Wow.
That's a dead ringer.
What the actual?
That's like, but
that is freaky.
That is a
that
handsome
was like
gentleman.
before
That is a
John
handsome
John
Belushi
Belushi
went
here.
down.
That's fucking John Belushi.
You could play him in a biopic.
like minus the curly hair, but like that's fucking bang on.
Is that a Pokemon?
Like if they did
drink glass?
they did a movie about the making of Animal House.
That's
Holy.
I never want to step foot in your residence, Andy. I can't imagine the fucking the posters of shit I've never even heard of on the walls. Holy! You gotta. I love you squatted up for roommates.
Brendan Schmies, if you're watching this, fuck you.
You turn your roommates to squatted. Okay, do we get any 66s?
We got
2.
I see 2 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There we go.
Who were they? Sorry.
Clay.
Megan LaSalle, Clay Winesmoke.
I love Meg.
Somebody named Zekin. And James Horsdall.
Okay, so
only
Swayde,
4.
we want a big gulp.
That's only 4.
2, 3,
And Danielle.
5.
Who's
Oh,
the
that's
5th?
That's 5. I said. Oh, sorry, Danielle.
Oh, Danielle, I
Megan
said
LaSalle,
producer Larry does not
counts.
count.
Clay
It does
Winesmoke,
totally count.
Zekin, and James.
Okay.
She's got to deal with me later.
I know.
today.
I want a big swallow of that one for all
Oh
the
my!
votes.
Can I have like a pre-taste?
Oh, and we got another 66.
oh, let's get barbecue sauce.
It's kind of chocolatey.
That's not that great.
Take a big gulp of it and then wash her down with a
A
shot.
spoon or something?
Let's do.
Oh,
What's that?
do an ASMR shotgun. So right into that mic.
I don't care. I fucking.
Are you doing one?
No, I'm doing it.
Oh.
Prepping it. Okay, take a big swallow.
ASMR shotgun. He's gonna take a big swallow. This sauce is gonna be velvety down my throat.
This is an awful combo.
This is terrible.
You took a big pull.
I gotta stand up to do this. I can't do it sitting down. Oh my! All over my fucking television.
He's got a life-proof case. He's worried about spilling.
Shut the fuck up! Oh my God, Swayde!
Second ever shotgun to completion.
Oh, so close.
Almost.
Wait, what?
The only thing that makes me
That's
a little,
ASMR too, technically.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
I gotta admit, I feel a slight.
Mike's
This is how you get ass.
I feel a slight tinge of anger at seeing you and at hearing now that you haven't been able to shotgun, because I want to. If the roles were reversed, and let's say you were an excellent shotgunner, and you knew that there was somebody who's like, oh, I can't really shotgun, you would fucking.
No, I'd light their ass up.
You would punch them in the gut, and you would say, "You do it now. We're gonna shotgun all night until you do it successfully." And you would do that.
That was a significant amount of liquid.
My,
That's too much. That's too much.
no, more! We're drinking. Never mind, Larry.
Bump, bump, bump.
I'm
Bum,
getting really
bum,
drunk, and
bum,
you're
bum.
gonna deal with me later. You still have to. When I poop myself at fucking Alibi tonight, or where the fucking goddamn restaurant we're going to.
So, Fran, was the peach schnapps here? Is that one of the worst drunks you ever had? When you drank all that peach schnapps?
Like being drunk,
Yeah. Was that like one of the worst ever?
emotionally, yeah.
No, I mean like in terms of like the.
No, I think emotionally is when they trick
We
you.
lost
That's got
the
to be the
footage
worst
for
one.
episode 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean a portion. Yeah. Like the part where I get really upset. Yeah, and I stop speaking and I go.
Catatonic.
I go into my own. I retreat into my mind palace. I don't know.
That's a very dangerous place, ladies and gentlemen.
I for sure.
I do
Yeah.
not want to live there.
Hard to get out of there. But like, I do remember having a bad hangover, but I remember mostly the trail was like the big. It was like 3 or 4 days of having to reevaluate what friendship is, and then I learned about life that day, and it was fun.
My lips
I
kind of
adapted.
hurt from the hot sauces.
Do they? Hey, we're gonna try another one. Oh well, I'm gonna get Andrew to test it first. Do I need to add more nog?
Is that the whole thing of nog?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I actually think that night that they wouldn't let me into that casino, of memorable.
Was that like the drunkest you've been? Like,
Well, I don't even know drunkest, but
Still
if we're talking about
functioning?
hangover, are we talking about being drunk or are we talking about hangover?
do both separately and then together.
Because of recent times I can remember that night, that hangover the next day.
Well, that was the SMAs.
Yeah, that was when I had to.
Yeah.
I had to drive back the next day because both
Yeah,
you
yeah.
and Amy were so hungover you couldn't.
We were this
Yeah.
close to booking another night at the hotel. We were
Yeah.
we were so hungover.
Where was this at?
We went. It was
I
the
just went to the
SMAs
casino
Regina.
Regina, just won a fucking fortune.
I remember that story.
Yeah, I started looking out the window, being like, "Is this high enough to kill me? How many blankets do I have here?"
I was only slightly not as bad the next day.
Yeah.
And so like I felt okay enough to drive. And when I drove all the way back to the city, I'm like drove back to my house. I'm like, okay guys, like I'm not driving and taking an Uber, like you gotta figure it out from here.
Yep.
And it was like you and Amy took a few, you're like you were psyching yourselves up to drive the 10 minutes across the city.
Really, like,
Oh my god, it was bad. Yeah, that was of recent ones. I remember that being.
Is Amy that one that says she likes tacos but doesn't?
I actually don't know her.
This is beard ASMR.
Amy is your friend that you know?
Fuck, she ain't my friend.
Your rival. Would you describe her
Not
as?
a rival. She's my annoying little thing. I see
She's
sometimes.
Ash Ketchum, and you're that other kid in the
It's
show.
like everything you say is so close to being just very easily
Hey,
interpreted.
it's so close, but it's not there.
Johnny Cash
Why
thought
are
he
you
was
holding it like a
Johnny
penis?
Cash thought he walked the line. There. What a crooked, awful, T-shaped phallus. you
No, but
described.
you're doing this and you're like being all weird.
Anyways, let's continue the. I'm trying to think of drunkest. Like the one that stands out to me because there's a lot of people that witnessed it was the black ice on the beach day. Were you there?
That was the same day where we had one match and one match only, and we got the fire started.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was insane.
Yeah, I don't remember
That
A
was
matchbook
summer,
with one match.
that at
that
all.
was summer 2010. This is it. This is it.
Yeah, that was the year I graduated high school.
Yep, that
I
was
remember
insane.
seeing the beach while we were on our way to the beach.
That's
about
when you
it.
dove in head
And then-
first
and-
to this much water.
Yeah, and then I remember waking,
Like
and then
full up. And
my-
then down.
Down, and then dead.
my memory, I have
I'll
this.
grab a
Is,
beer,
this is my memory. I remember seeing the beach. I remember walking up to seeing Brandon Heatherton, him like yelling at me
Who?
because
Brennan? You mean horny?
horny.
Okay.
Walking up to horny, and then he.
never watch
I
us.
remember he
He's-
started like giving me a
he's
hard
too
time
pissed
about
off.
not drinking enough beers. So then I had a case of black ice. And I remember standing there and shotgunning like 4 black ice in a row, and then
there.
boom, memory kind of blats out for a second. I remember waking up post dive, and then I remember Mackenzie Cater and like 3 other people. I remember her in particular, but I remember just like being on the pontoon boat that was like there, and I remember being like and then I black out again. Then I wake up in a trailer back on the mainland, back at the main beach, and then I remember like not knowing whose trailer it is, opening the door, like falling out of the thing, and then like in that first stage of like you're still drunk but also just starting to get hungover, like that terrible combination where you can't move, like terrible. And then I
feel it creeping over you.
yeah, and then I
That
had
was the
to
same
walk.
summer we went to Metallica and brought back like those 15 cases of black ice or whatever. Yeah.
And then I had to walk all the fucking way. I went all the way to the Gozzers trailer, which was on like the whole opposite side of the fucking.
Where you at?
I have no idea. I can't remember. I remember where I was in relation to the Gozzers trailer because I remember
yeah.
how far I had to walk.
Yeah.
And then like stumbling into all these people that are all having a good time. Or whatever. And those are 2 memorable ones to me. But let's. We were asked to go around
Remember
the.
that time in Fox Valley where you chugged that fucking remember 2.6 of
Yeah,
fucking Spice
that
Rum?
was a maybe we'll tell that. We'll go around again.
Painted everything.
That one actually,
I
it's
wish
a good story, but yes, let's.
I wish Horny had anything interesting to say about him because he would hate if we were talking about him.
He will never watch us. He's probably
But
sitting
he-
home. He's sitting home complaining and saying, farming and then that's
does
what
it
he's doing.
count?
I hope that Phil's watching
Can
right
you
now.
count?
Fuck you.
Can you
Fuck you, Heatherton.
Can you count?
Fuck you.
Can you count? It's talking. Well, do you
it's
out there in the chat? Do you say or is that a noise?
no, it's just Heatherton.
Is anything
Or it's
verbalized
I'm waiting for my phone to fucking blow up. Him.
It's a
Hope that Phil's
it's a
watching this.
representation of when something someone says is so whiny that you stop even hearing the words,
And you hear just
all you hear is just a whining drone. That's what that sound.
I
means to me.
hope the household of Phil Glosser's watching this and Horny's there.
I love you, Brennan, but
No,
I'm still mad at you for skipping out on my birthday. That was wasn't
He
cool.
was here.
Yeah, he was in the city and didn't want to quote unquote
They're
go
not.
out of the way 5 seconds for a
They're not.
10-minute visit. No,
They're not lying. That's the problem.
I think
it was his 30th birthday.
Yeah, it's not. They're not lying.
You piece of shit.
and your birthday is like
Accurate.
always a good time too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You didn't
Well,
even-
he had literally had nothing. He was up. He was in the city.
Yeah, they're not lying. Yeah.
I think worst.
You're a bad friend, Brennan Henderson.
Worst
You're a
hangover.
bad.
Go
friend.
ahead,
I love you,
Andrew.
Brennan.
Sorry.
No. I think worst hangover I've ever had. One of them would have been that evening or afternoon, Fran, that we were playing. I can't remember who else was. I know you and I were there, and it was like one or two other people. We were playing beer darts here,
Okay.
and we were playing with Twisted Tea. We were playing beer darts with
Oh,
Twisted
yeah.
Tea for like
Never good.
And I got pretty drunk, whatever, but like it wasn't even that I got so drunk.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning I woke up and it was like someone should kill me. Like I would rather be dead than alive right now. And it was an entire day and a half of just like full on existential dread,
Yeah.
just nauseous,
Yeah.
terrible. And then the other terrible hangover would have been actually the unreleased 12th episode of the podcast.
Oh yeah.
I was so
You guys have
gone.
was that
like
with
down
League of
here
Wolves?
with
Yeah.
the wolves.
I'm
Yeah.
still waiting to see that one.
It
It's-
won't see the light of
Aside,
day.
like no post, but I want to see it on the like.
You'd have to get someone who understands what we're saying to do subtitles because
Yeah.
we're all slurring by like an hour in.
It's like a
You're-
5 or
you're gonna have to
6
fucking do
hour
this one.
extravaganza. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'd have to fucking filter through it.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
it would literally
I'm sure
be
there's
with
pieces that are
subtitles.
good, but
Do we have
yeah.
the full video of it? There's no way
I
cameras
don't
are
No
think so,
cameras
but I
cut
don't know.
after 2 hours,
I
probably.
have no idea. Yeah.
Brad's like, "Hey," is like the most sober there. Hey, maybe we should wrap it up. And then I'm like, "Don't even just fucking let it roll. Let it roll. Let it roll."
Hey, bud. Thanks for letting me and my friends come to your
It's a
party.
great party you got here, bud.
Great party here,
It's a great party you got here.
So that's hangover. So
Yeah.
drunkest.
Oh
Nobody
man.
even asked me. That's fine.
No, we're going around the
You're
table.
getting to you tubby little fuck.
God damn you.
But
I
you,
think
Brad Peterson is
listen,
so
you go around
fucking
with
fat.
a question. And
one
then
of the
another
one of the drunk like
No,
in,
I said
in
mine
recent
too. He sang his too, then his
Oh.
too.
in
I didn't
recent
hear you
in
say
recent
it,
memory,
motherfucker.
probably the drunkest I've been, especially like unexpectedly. It was the coldest day of the year last year, and Brad and I were both out. So it's like, hey, let's meet up. We'll play a game of pool. We'll have a beer. Just we're already out. It's a Friday night, so we go. We we go out for a beer, and then the beer or two at the pool table turns into, well, Brad gets invited to a fundraiser at the Capitol. So it's okay. Well, we could go support our friend, go see it, whatever. Katie's in the area. Oh, it's serendipitous. Like we
Yeah.
have a ride. Okay, we'll go to the Capitol.
Yeah.
We're at the Capitol for a few. It's like, well, now it's midnight. We're like, I'm leaving the fundraiser early.
kind of.
It wasn't. It didn't say. It was just like not our. It was like 50 plus vibe. And we're like, okay, this is fun. We might as well go. We'll go back to Athena's because like then we're both close to home.
Yep.
We'll have a few drinks. It's good. We're at Athena's, pounding $9 triples. Yeah, and end of the night comes Brad, randomly get in your head. You're like, I should see where my buddies from Athena's are.
Because Gavin was there.
Oh, Gavin was there. That's
And
right.
he's like, there's a house party going on. You should call and see if they're there.
Right. That's right.
And
This
then,
is where my memory gets a little hazy.
And he's like, come to this house party. And I'm like, well, Andrew and I were so fucking
We're
drunk.
already drunk, so we get a 12-pack of those fucking Coors slushy seltzers. Can never drink those fucking things again.
Yep.
We go to this house party, and it's a bunch of people in their 40s in pajamas playing fibbage in the living room. There's like 5 people, and we show up like thinking it's like a house party. It's like no. There's like
We were
a small.
mispromised.
There's a small group of intimate friends
Yes.
playing fibbage.
Yeah.
And we're like, Oh,
Like, and most of the lights are off.
most lights are off. People are like literally in pajamas.
Like
getting
you
ready
went to a
go sleep.
Mormon sleepover.
They were
That's what you went
drinking.
to.
They were drinking. And
No,
stuff,
this was like
but it
just
like
like-
like
the vibes.
Coca-Cola and Dr Pepper and
The vibes are just not there.
No,
So
Dr. Pepper's too many spices.
it was so awkward that we sat there, and in less than an hour,
We just drank all.
We drank all 12 of these seltzers on top of the entire rest of the night of drinking.
yeah.
So whatever. I go home and I've never had the spins from alcohol in my life.
It's awful.
I couldn't walk all the way up my stairs. I had to sit down. Katie had to get me a bowl to puke in at the top of the stairs because it was like
Yeah.
just the world was spinning around me.
Yeah.
And then also the next day was a nightmare.
Have you heard the trick to fix the spins?
No.
So if you lay on your bed and you put one foot on the ground and then you like keep laying, it fixes it like that.
Oh, interesting.
Stops it instantly.
Wonder why.
I hope I never
I don't know how that
experience.
works, but like me as an alcoholic, I do all the tricks.
I do. I get.
Anyways,
I hope I never experience
No,
that
but, like,
again to
the-
have to
but
use
keep
that.
it
But
right here.
yeah,
I do
that's-
get 'em.
It works. I've tried it.
I get them
many
from time to
times.
time. The only thing
Yeah,
that works.
yeah, that makes sense.
Only thing that
Thanks,
works-
thanks,
Realigns your chakras.
Only thing that works for me. Pound
Realign
more.
your-
Pound more drinks. Be too drunk to even know that I have
You
the
can't
spins.
Swayde,
Swayde, your turn.
worst hangover and drunkest,
I could probably think 30 different of each.
or a notable, I guess, notable on both sides.
Okay, well, let's say
Like, filter it down to the ones where you cried and then
No.
go from there.
we'll go. Okay, so we're in Vegas for a buddy's stag, and we were at this in New York. There's this karaoke bar, and we're all singing, being
Jubilant.
being us Kiwi guys, eh? And we're all crushing vodka Red Bulls, and they weren't like this. Like they were like
A full
not
Red
I
Bull.
wouldn't call them a pint glass, but close. And we're just pounding them back. I don't know what time it was. It could have been 3 in the afternoon. It could have been midnight. Anyways, at one point, it just like I can like come to him like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So
I know that. I know that feeling.
So I leave this bar and like I try to like punch in my phone like where the fuck I am on the strip and just walk down. So I somehow get it working, and I'm literally like doing this. I'm walking down the strip like. I as I'm walking, I spy a Taco Bell. I'm like, fuck, gotta go because I love tacos. Hey, Amy. Anyway, so I go in, and the others also the
Oh, Amy
venues-
did earlier say she was like looking up all the nearest tattoo places right now. She said
She's a coward. She won't do it. She will not do it. I'll pay for
I
it.
don't
She
think her
won't do
skin
it.
would take ink.
Yeah, she's too fair. Anyways, so like
you
I'm
poked
like
the pen and it would just
my-
spread all
my
underneath
my
your
mission
skin.
was to get the fuck to the hotel and die, but like I'm like literally like bouncing off people. It's just, the strip's full of people.
Mm-hmm.
I spy Taco Bell. I go in. I'm like, oh yeah, get in. It's a push or a pull, and I'm doing the opposite. Like I couldn't get in. People are watching, kind of like laughing
yeah.
at me. I eventually get in, and like they have these big screens to order.
Yeah.
you can't go up and order. I'm like, just fucking like doing this.
I'll say this when we're all drunk,
Oh,
like
fuck.
that, this group of friends or whatever that we have, especially like the guys who are in ag and you're included in this, it is awful being out walking to like restaurants with them. The shit they will do in public restaurants and like convenience stores, unforgivable things. Like just they lose
Wild.
all sense of like polite society, and it's like this would be fucking funny, and then you guys. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
So I somehow I don't know what I ordered. It was a big sack of something. So on the strip they have these little like bridges, like walking
the
bridges
walkways.
to go over and I remember like just having my sack of shit and like trying to like punch in where I am. I'm bouncing off people. I remember last thing I remember is walking up the stairs, blackout, and then I wake up in the hotel room. Somehow I got there. Don't know how.
That's a terrifying feeling.
But I've never been there. Like I could have got robbed or
Probably
but
killed
it
somebody.
was awesome. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Woke up, instantly went down to the
Where's
casino.
Doug? He says.
Instantly went down to the casino, started crushing Bloody Marys and playing
Hell yeah! You're not a
online poker at the thing. Yeah.
you don't hate Bloody Marys?
I'm not a huge fan. It's cold tomato soup is what it is.
Yeah,
I'm not
fair
a
enough,
I'm
yeah.
not a huge, but I mean it's. I'd rather have that than a beer on a hangover morning in the States.
That's fair.
Like, you're never gonna choose a Bloody Mary over a Caesar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I shove cheese at my
You'd be-
ass.
you'd
It's so
be-
fucking good.
you'd
I
be a-
fucking love Caesar.
You'd be a psycho to choose a Bloody Mary over
right.
a Caesar.
It's cold tomato soup. I don't care what anyone says. It's awful. And Heatherton loves them. So fuck you, Heatherton.
Oh, I love him too.
Fuck you.
But you're not choosing a Bloody Mary over a Caesar.
Like
are you?
say you're here right now. Someone says, "Here's a Caesar. Here's the Bloody Mary."
The thing is, I have
They have the
well,
same- they have
I
the
don't
same
know.
fixins
I've
and
learned
shit.
I've learned to appreciate Bloody Marys like totally. So like I just don't mind them either one. I don't. They're different drinks to me. It's a different flavor profile. Like I'm not doing it for the same.
That's
thing.
like someone
It's
being like, I think a White Russian is way better than a Paralyzer.
Again, different things.
yeah, different things.
But like a
Bulldog was the paralyzer in the States.
the which?
I don't know.
Never heard of
I
that.
never heard of that.
No, I get like I mean, like Coke and Pepsi are both colas. I do have one's the definitive. But no, but
If
it's
you
like
drink
they're,
Pepsi,
they're
you're
trying to
poor.
go for the same thing kind of, and the one is just better. But I don't like a Caesar and a Bloody Mary. They just don't do the same thing for me. Like the one is different
A
in
Caesar
terms
is
of
so
profile.
satisfying.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, that's the thing. Don't get me wrong.
satisfying.
Caesar, beautiful drink.
Bloody Mary's like-
very
like-
very tasty drink. But I love them both. But it's like now, like I don't drink clam anymore. So I'm glad I like Bloody Marys. I guess is what I'm saying. Like it would be shitty if I couldn't have any sort of tomato-based alcoholic beverage.
Clams aren't vegan? Like shellfish of any kind?
No, it's an animal.
No, anything. Yeah. Anything with the nervous system.
We're doing more beer.
Anything with
beer
with
ASMR.
nerve endings is okay. What about honey then?
That's not an animal.
But like it's the product of an animal. Do you eat honey?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be vegan. Sorry, it'd be vegetarian for sure.
Yeah, it would definitely. Yeah, no byproduct of an animal.
But like vegan, there's lots of vegans who do eat honey though, right?
No, not definitionally.
Not definitionally?
Fake honey.
No.
Is
You'd be
fake honey a
vegetarian.
thing?
You could be like me and be a lazy vegan. That's what I like to say. Where it's like you do it as the second it's you go to a restaurant and all they have is fries, then you're like, okay, I'll have the fucking pizza then, I guess. That's what I do. But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, Swayde hangover.
Okay, so it was. I want to say
Gatlinburg on the
4th of July. No, it was. I want to say like 5-6 years ish ago. It was like I think it was the first year I had in my house. The K-Roo does this like Christmas game, like fan appreciation thing, and so
it happened yesterday.
no, yeah, it happened yesterday. But this was, I played whatever, and then so you get it's like free keg beer till they run out, and you drink beer. So I'm drinking. I get. I don't know. I could have fucking drank till 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m. I can't remember what it was. But anyways, in that night or the day before, I can't remember. I agreed to go out to a buddy's farm with another buddy and drink eggnog. And I get a call from, I'll say the name, from Tanner Leverson. I think it was like 9 a.m., I think. I just like, yeah. And it's like, hey, I'm at your house. We're gonna go to Brent Broughton's farm and drink rum and eggnog.
Yeah.
And if you know Brent Broughton, you've been into his shop. But we sat in his shop, and it's like it is. I don't know the smells in there are just from like welding and paint and like I am
Cheese
10
whiz.
and cheese whiz, and I'm 10 out of 10 hungover, fucked out of my mind still from the night before.
Also, rum and eggnog hungover. Oh my god!
It is. I would say it's top 3 hangover for me. I can't say the first 2 for implicating other people.
Yeah.
But like it, I would rather have died that day than gone to that.
That-
I would have like, holy. And Fudd was just giggling at me the whole time.
I don't know how you could
'Cause I
drink
was
rum and
so
eggnog with a
fucking hell.
fucking hangover.
I couldn't. You
I-
couldn't
I-
pay me.
we were
You
there-
couldn't pay me to do it.
We were there for an hour, maybe 2, and I think I had maybe 2 drinks, maybe. And then I remember hopping in the truck and looking at Fudd and saying, "Get me the fuck home."
So before you go with yours, Brad,
Yeah.
does anyone have a trick for like what's your methodology for like I don't want to get a hangover, so I'm not I'm not going to do X, Y, or Z
Well,
thing.
now it's funny that we brought up Bloody Marys because the most alcohol I ever consumed in a row in that amount of time, and then had the least bad hangover was when I drank those 3 Bloody Mary pitchers in a row. My hangover was I was like nothing, and I was expecting full like death the next day.
Those
Cool,
fucking
man.
electrolyte liquid
Yeah,
IV
yeah,
things.
Before you go to bed or in the morning?
Before I start drinking.
I do one
Yeah,
before I
yeah.
start drinking, and then I try to sneak in one throughout the night, and it's amazing. Or even like,
As soon as I start mixing, that's when it's like, if you see me order shooters, it's like, I don't give a fuck how I feel tomorrow. If I could just drink beer, like if I just stay on one brand of beer and I just stay through and just drink it, and I get to bed before fucking 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, for me, it's one like I can do
You can stick to
beer
one thing.
and a type of alcohol, but as soon as it's like I'm doing beer and then shots and then rum and eggnog and
Mixing is
Yeah.
is the worst thing. Like last night, even for example, like I drank 14 or 15 beer. I could have drove home.
Last
I
night?
was sober as
they
sober
had their
as a
Christmas
judge.
party.
Oh yeah.
Like I stuck to one thing. It's like that is rule number one.
Okay,
is
can
stick
I
to
go?
one thing. No, fuck you.
Mixing in a water is also like
And if you do
Yeah.
do a water every even like 5.
elite strategy.
It's- yeah. Anyways, whatever, Peterson. What are you doing?
He's really fucking fat. He's so fucking...
Quit. You're so...
No, you chirp me for like 8
Not
episodes,
quietly.
and I chirp you once,
Not
and
quiet.
I'm the devil.
It's just like my feelings get so hurt.
He's not used to getting bullied.
I don't used to
can
be.
dish
What is
Nobody
it?
can't
Yeah,
take it.
The Cuba Libre day is both the worst drunk, not the worst drunk, but I'm just gonna say that one.
Like at your farm that day.
Yeah.
Oh, when you were in the hot tub with your
Oh,
suit,
no.
with your overalls. Oh my God.
So
that was good. That
my
was
hot tub and drinking never
my
good.
parents left for the weekend
Like it
to
doubled
go
the day.
camping in Cyprus, so I went on their back deck with a bunch of guys. And I got so drunk in the hot tub that I put my oil field coveralls on and got in the hot tub in my oil field coveralls. They were clean and washed.
Yeah.
Or else everybody would have been very sick after. And we emptied the hot tub so much that the pump kept kicking in and then kicking out because there was no water to suck up. So it was wrecking the hot tub and
Yeah.
all the seals.
just wet meat right up against each other.
And it was just like... So all night the pump kept trying to kick in to circulate to warm the hot tub up, but the hot tub was nearly empty. Everyone was gone.
Yep.
And I was sleeping upstairs.
Thank you.
And
Elite.
I was 28 years old, so an adult man. And my parents' trailer fucked up on the way to Cyprus, so they came home to get tools.
Yeah.
And they opened the door, and there were fucking cans and bottles all over the whole
Oh,
house. And the
no.
hot tub lid is flipped off, and the hot tub's empty and trying to run.
Have you ever felt more like you were in high school?
Do the sound
than
of
the moment that
sound
they-
of the pump cavitating or like whatever.
Describe the feeling. So you and your parents like make eye contact. Or whatever.
Do you guys get along?
What does that feel like? What does that feel like?
I
when,
didn't.
like-
Even, my mom wouldn't look. My dad just come upstairs and said, "Where's my fucking drill?"
So
you're asleep upstairs.
I'm dead
The
up.
first thing that
door-
Dick Gary
the door
says
blows
is,
open. I think it's
"Where's
one of the-
my fucking drill?"
So-
The
No,
door
no,
blows
no.
open. I think it's the boys coming back in the morning to help me clean up. I am dead to
Okay.
the world. I launch up and I'm like spinning, hungover, still so hammered, and my dad's standing in the door.
The first thing he says. So
Where's
you're-
my fucking drill?
no, but they were in Cyprus, which is what, an hour and a half from the farm.
Yeah.
They drove from Cyprus to the farm for a fucking drill,
And they got there like
and
8
then
in the
drove
morning.
back. Like out of all the campers,
I
out
said,
of all the world's
I,
metals, the
I
towns
was
they
so I'm
drove
upstairs.
through,
I rolled
there
the
wasn't
window
a drill
open.
they couldn't just use.
My mother's marching back to the vehicle. I go, "Good morning, mother." Yep. She just got in the vehicle and they fucking took off.
But what did you say as they walked out the door?
I don't remember.
I'll clean it up. Don't worry.
Anyway, so this whole night started because Tanner Leverson first, from my mouth, heard the term Cuba Libre. Never heard that before. He's like, "What the hell's a Cuba Libre?" I'm like, "It's a rum and Coke with lime." So we went into Swift and bought rum and Coke, or spiced rum and Coke, and then the liquor store old SLGA bags used to have this thing that was like a picture of a silhouette of a pregnant woman. It said, "Just say no, thank you. I'll just have a water. I'm pregnant." And I scratched all of a water and I put, "I'll just have a Cuba Libre." So then we called it Cuba Libre night. And I kept carrying this bag around with this pregnant woman, and I drew a Cuba Libre in her hand, and then I white out the text and said, "No, I'm pregnant. I'll just have a Cuba Libre." So we called it Cuba Libre night. And we must have fucking drank till 4 a.m. in the hot tub. And
It was summer and sun was coming up. Like it was like almost 5.
and they came home at 7 or 8 a.m. Like they blew the door when I just about said "fuck you, Gummy" because I thought it was him.
Oh boy.
And it was my fucking dad. And
So would the hangover have been as bad without that interaction, or was it that interaction
there,
that ramped it up?
I can't. I'll find it later. But Tanner had to, because you can't just put our farm water in because our farm water isn't filtered enough to go in the hot tub. Like you can, but you got to treat it for like 3 weeks to get it to go clear. So Tanner brought me RO water in his fucking truck, and he's got a picture of me standing, no shirt on, in my underwear, completely hungover, putting this limp garden hose stream of water into the hot tub, and it says something about the Cuba Libre party. Yeah, I guess I'll have another Cuba Libre.
Another question. There's bad hangovers, but then there's a hangover that's whatever, not so terrible. but the activity you have to do the next day is like fuck. So I'll start off. One of the first times I ever got like drunk, like in high school, at a grad that I got invited. I'm staying at Brad's parents' house. They wake us up Gary woke us up at 7 in the. I got it like 3 or 4 in the morning. 7 in the morning. Okay, boys, we're going outside. We're laying landscaping fabric and shoveling gravel onto that landscaping fabric for several hours.
Didn't you one day like dig a trench and you were hung over as fuck?
Oh, the one.
And it was like a 12-foot deep trench or something crazy.
The separate story was Gary's like tricks both of us. He's like, hey guys, hey Brad, can you get Andrew someone to come? We have to dig a trench. It should be a 1-day job.
Hi, Mitchell.
We get there, and Gary's like, oh yeah, we just have to dig a trench from here to 1.5 kilometers that way. And we're like, right away, it's like, oh, this isn't a 1-day job. This is a multi-day project.
I think it was 14 feet at the deepest.
Yeah.
Was it 14? I thought it was
14
12.
at the end. No experience.
Like you had to walk. You had to walk like 150 feet down the trench to be able to climb out.
Yeah, when you
because
guys
it
were
was so deep into one
texting or
spot.
messaging that day, you're like, all the messages were just like, "There's gonna be a cave in, and both of us are gonna be in it." And sorry,
I did keep saying to Andrew,
This is our tomb.
I'd rub the walls. I'm like, it's
Sorry.
fucking sandy, and
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got a good enough grave on
all
grade
the
on this.
all the messages I got were like,
Sloped or
"Fran,
whatever,
sorry,
yeah.
we'll be 14
Andrew's
feet
like, quit.
deep."
I'm like, I don't know. It's a tomb to me.
For 3 days. For 3 days, it was work all day like a dog, get drunk,
Yeah.
work all the next day like a hungover dog, and
We went to the bar that night.
yes,
Well, because
the
the
bar.
best part is if you put in a full day manual labor, no matter how bad your hangover is or how tired you are, 5 o'clock a beer tastes pretty good.
yeah.
I ain't bone for digging deep holes.
I've never done that
I'm
type
not
of labor
made
before.
to pave
I've
long
never.
roads.
We had to also like grade it, and like we had to like make sure we were leveling it out
Oh, yeah.
properly, like every section.
You're laying
it was,
pipe.
It was it was a very,
we were laying
it was a
pipe.
bastard of
Yeah,
a
that
job
was
to
the
do
Laying
for 3
pipe
days while you're hungover.
all night long.
I think when I was, sorry, did you?
I was just gonna say one time Andrew and I got drunk. I don't remember when, but when we had to take that desk into the brewery at like 7 in the morning, we'd haul, and it was
That
like
was bad.
The brewery was
That
hot.
was
like
bad.
they had the heat turned right up, and we're in like winter jackets. And we come, it's like 32 degrees, and we're trying to like build a shitty used
my
IKEA
God.
desk,
Yeah.
and like we're just like I like had a.
I'd rather
I
off
can't remember
myself.
what it was, but it was also like it had to be that next day. There was no like it couldn't wait for a day. It's
Yeah.
like no, it had to be done 7 a.m. after we'd been out till 3 in the morning. It had to be done that day.
for digging deep hole.
For me,
I'm not
hands down,
made.
forever.
Paving long
It would be
roads.
very difficult for anything to top this.
But I'm pretty
No,
good. at
highline
digging.
poles.
Oh yeah, I ain't no
Cut out for cutting the high
Highline
climbing
poles.
highline poles.
But I'm
Pretty good at drinking beer.
So
it was
it
the
sounds good when I do
night that I was on acid,
that. I love that story. Love that
and the next
that
day,
escalated quickly.
story. Yeah.
the next day. Well, it's
Well,
hands,
if we're
hands,
You want to
hands
talk
down.
drug
'Cause I
hangovers?
wasn't. I was on acid, but I was also
Drinking.
fully drunk, also hungover. But the next day, I had to sell a. So I had this great little machine when I lived in Vancouver. It was a built 2-in-1 washer dryer, fantastic for a small place. Did the whole shebang. Clothes smelled a little weird after. That's fine. Still 2-in-1, great thing. Anyways, I had to sell that thing, and it took me like 3 weeks to track down a buyer, and finally I tracked somebody down who would, give me a decent amount for it. And so the night before that, 2 Brazilian guys that were in my class, they got kicked out. They got evicted from their place, and so it was anyways the last
From
day.
partying or what?
I never went to the place before this, but that night I can't imagine they were great tenants. But so that last day of and then they're gonna get evicted that next day.
Yeah.
And they're
They-
like leaving the country also, like not
fuck.
just leaving.
Oh yeah, well they're not
It's an
from,
adventure party!
they're not citizens or
I got
anything.
a food bar.
They
Literally.
they say they're like, we're having an eviction party tonight, so we're
That's
like, great. Thomas just so happens to be visiting me for like a week during that time, so I'm like, oh Thomas, we'll go hang out with some of my classmates' friends at this party. We fully just think it's gonna be a house party. I walk in the living room is a bonfire.
In a
house.
Vancouver house.
All the
Question.
windows are open, all the doors are
Was
open.
it a decent house or was it like a shithole of a house?
All I remember is all the spray paint on the walls.
That's so funny.
And so when we get there, people are spray painting all over the walls. There's a fire in the living room. Iron Man guy comes later, but anyways, just,
Iron Man
I'll
guy.
tell you about Iron Man guy. But anyway, so like just the hands down the crazy. It is the house party from Food Bar. Short of somebody having a chainsaw and like cutting through things, but it is that like no people are hitting fucking doors with baseball bats, breaking the whole place. Like just
awesome.
It was wild. It was crazy. But anyway, so we get there and having a good time, having a fun time. At one point,
Having a good time. Having a fun time.
a good friend of mine, he walks up. I've never done acid before, but I'm at an age, I'm at a phase of my life where I'm like, I'm fine. I'll do anything once. That's fine.
Experimenting.
Yeah, that's fine. And I remember he walks up to me and he looks at me and he says, "Open your mouth." And I'm like, "Ah," and he's like, "Yep." And he just like that, boop, right on my tongue. No idea what he did. I'm like, "Oh, great, yeah, fun." Leaves. Don't think about it again. Still not thinking about it. I maintain it happened twice. He will disagree with me, but I think he came up to me twice and did this. That's what I remember. He says that's not true, but whatever. Might be misremembering. Anyways, so right before I'm about to leave the place to go home, there's a pool table in one of the rooms. We're standing around the pool table. There's all these people talking. I see my friend speaking to this guy, and I just overhear the conversation, and this guy's like, "No, man, like in my garage, I have a full suit of armor that I built, and I fly, like every night I fly around Vancouver, and like, and he's so earnest."
You heard this? Or
Yeah,
you
no,
thought you
he's
heard this?
so earnest.
You thought you heard
No, I did hear this because we both are.
Okay.
We both will tell you this. Like, I wasn't the one who heard the brunt of it. The other person can tell you the whole fucking shebang.
yeah.
But anyway, so like we're sitting there and I'm listening to this and I'm like, I get the tail end of it. I'm like, that sounded insane. So right at the end, kind of the people that we liked were leaving. So we're like, okay, we're gonna leave. It's like 3 a.m. We've missed the sky trains, like the subway downtown. So it's like now we got to figure out night buses and stuff. We're like, that kind of sucks. And anyway, so then I asked him about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this guy."
Get a beer too?
This guy for 2 hours, he said that he built Iron Man armor, and he has it in his garage. He flies around. It can shoot beams. It can do all the stuff. Anyways, we I remember. So like with what do they call psychedelics? With psychedelics, transitioning is can often be the thing that triggers.
That's where the problems.
Can be-
Inside out, inside
from
outside.
inside can be the thing that triggers. So I remember
Hot, cold,
both of us
etc.
looked at each other, and then he told me, it's like, "Oh, this is that thing I put on your tongue," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, sweet." And I'm like, "Oh, I haven't even felt it, like whatever." And it had been probably an hour since then, so I was like, "Oh, I skipped it." And anyways, he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't really feel it either." It's like, "Oh great." Anyways, exit the door. The second we exit the door, it's like boom, 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 boom. Life is slow mo. Nothing. We forget completely what we were doing. There's a small like neighborhood park across the street right there, and we're like, "Oh, that is fucking awesome." So then both of us just like walk into this park. I have pictures from this night, but find this tree, and then we were like, "This is life, and we are one with the earth and Gaia," and we're like sitting underneath this tree, and then I remember. If you've never seen The Lord of the Rings, the horsemen are called the Rohirrim, and the place they live, a nickname for it is called the Riddermark. And I remember both of us laid there. I think it was probably like an hour. I felt like days, but like we laid there. And anybody who walked into that park, I would scream at them and be like, "Get the fuck out of our Riddermark! This is our land! This is where we live!" And both of us, and
Fucking
nerd. You know my friend. You know the friend.
No,
he's not a
TSR?
he's not a confrontational individual.
No.
He is with me
He
screaming,
is the most gentle guy in the world.
screaming at these people, so angry that they would dare enter our land. And anyway, so to cut a long story short, but anyways, we eventually at home. I'll say this about acid: don't do it at 3 a.m. because it lasts for fucking hours and hours and hours. So at one point, with any other drug that I experienced up until that point, I would have been coming down like hours earlier, and I'm still fucked up. And I'm like,
Yeah, you're way past the point of I want this. This is fun.
like 2 hours. I've been like, no, I'm in hell right now,
done.
and I
I'm
would
done
really
with
like
this.
this to be over. Yeah. And we are trying to get home, and it's a whole thing, and we're paranoid, and we're like, we're on like the sky train, like whatever. And anyways, finally we get back to my place, and then I remember. Oh, I organized to sell this fucking thing to these people that on Craigslist or whatever.
That is a hell.
At this time, and I'm like, I have 4 hours until they're gonna be here, so I'm gonna try to sleep. I'll never get it because we both said the same thing. But I went in my room, like, okay, good night. Okay, bye. Get on my bed. I close my eyes. Way more active than when they were open. the visuals that I'm getting are insane. I open my eyes
the same way.
I open my eyes immediately, and I remember like opening my door, and then my friend, he's also sitting there on the couch like this. He obviously had the exact same experience, and we're both like, I'm like, I can't keep my eyes closed. It's way scarier to have my eyes closed.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, well, let's just sit here and we'll wait. And so I'm waiting and waiting, and the time's clicking down. I'm like, I can't speak English right now. Like, I can't sell this thing. Like, how the fuck am I going to sell this thing? And then luckily, I think it was like 20 minutes before these people were going to show up. Finally, I'm like,
You got enough grip on your faculties that you could.
like, I'm like, I think I can lift objects now. Like, if I put my mind to do something, I can go do it. And then I remember, and I was still scared, but they came, and then I'm like, yes, you are here to buy washing machine from me. You owe me this much money on phone.
Money's, give me money.
Put in pocket. Friend, come. I'm going to count. Then you're going to count it. Yep, enough money. Get it on a truck. They leave or whatever. And then I think at that point, then finally, I think the stress of it also had something to do with the psychological.
Yeah.
But then after that was done, it was like another hour.
I
and
have
then
heard stress and the brain. I
passed
think
out.
there is a connection.
Correlation.
I,
But yes, that hands down the worst
Correlation, not
that I
causation.
can remember.
Sorry
I had to do something
to
like
hijack
that.
Coronation
again.
Street.
The reason I don't do marijuana edibles anymore is I took too many of them once. I didn't know it was too many, but I had a ton of them. And the hell that I existed in for, and I don't know how long it was. When my eyes were closed, it felt like I was on the fastest roller coaster, like G-force blowing your back I've ever been on. And I couldn't keep my eyes open. It's like there's weights on my eyelids. So it was just an indefinite period of time of me like trying as hard as I can to keep my eyes open, eventually succumb, eyes closed, and it's like the second my eyes close, the G-force is blowing me back, and I'm open my eyes.
I had a similar one.
Indefinite amount. I felt like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill. Like it was probably like half an hour.
Just
in my head,
so
it was
scared.
hours.
So scared to have your eyes
legitimately.
closed.
Yeah, keep them open. And then like the force them open. Okay. Breathing.
Oh God, thank
okay,
God.
we're fine.
And then the eyes.
And then it's like the weights are keeping. I can't hold the door up for an indefinite period of time.
Andrew called me one time. And he was in his cabin in Ontario, and he probably told the story before. And also, like, quickly, he made a bunch of weed cookies, and then he ate the weed cookies, and then smoked a bunch of weed, and then forgot that they were weed cookies and ate them all. And then
Not all. I just ate more.
a lot.
Yeah.
And he was on his couch, and he had the Super Troopers DVD menu on repeat. And he laid there for hours watching Super Troopers menu because he couldn't get up. And he
I
just
couldn't physically
rested his
move.
phone on his gut and called me. He'd be like, I'm like, what? He's like this fucking DVD menu is like 15 seconds long. And you guys remember, it was like before, it was an era, like early DVD, when movies that went for theatrical release weren't sure if they were going to get a DVD or VHS release. So the DVD menu was very crude because it was just made by some shitty distribution company.
It's literally
and it was
one
like
guitar
cardboard
riff.
cutouts.
It's funny.
And then they crashed through the fucking
I know exactly.
billboard.
No. Yeah.
And then they crash through the billboard, and then the
Haunts my
lights go, and then it
dreams.
resets again.
So one of the last times I ever did edibles, we were at Athena's 2 years ago, and we're
Oh,
met
fuck,
with some
this is
egg
good.
with some egg boys, and we're getting fucked. We're drinking. It's before a wedding, and then a buddy of mine, Michael, he's never gonna watch us, and says, "Do you want a gummy?" I'm like, I'm kind of hesitant. Yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? Boom. It's about half an hour later. I'm sitting at the table. My head's 1,000 pounds. I'm having full-on conversations, but like I'm looking at her. Hey, yeah, I know that. The whole thing.
You can
It was, but like I was fine, but like my head was 1,000,000 fucking pounds. Later that night, we're hopping in a cab to go home. Me and producer Larry. I still can't hold my head up. I'm like this. There's what's that lady's Lizzo? It's a Lizzo song, and I'm singing it.
Why men great when you got why they gotta be great? The new man on the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm like this, but like
Yeah. You know, Kelby takes his shirt off and dances that song in his kitchen. Just like fat and jumping around the kitchen like, yeah, I'm black and fat like Lizzo. New man on the Minnesota Vikings.
There's something that weird that happens. It sounds like with the eyelids. Like all I want is to keep my eyes open, and it's like physically I can't keep them open. And then they shut, and it's like the entire time they're shut, I'm like, I need to get off this ride. Like I want to be off this ride. Open my eyes. That's all I need. Finally, they open. Relief. In my own experience, hours.
Talk yourself
Hours.
through a thing.
The worst I remember, like the worst visuals I ever had, just smoking dope. So I remember first day, first class, Vancouver. There's this big Norwegian guy named Håkon, but we just called him H. Håkon. His name's really hard to pronounce, but anyway, H. And I remember he like lived right next to the school in a high rise, and he's like
Big Norwegian, you're saying?
Big Norwegian, trying to make friends. Oh, I hope he was Norwegian. I believe he was Norwegian, but he'd be very offended if I got the country wrong.
So
But anyway,
it's a him problem. He'll never
So
watch.
he invited me over, and I'd not like. If you don't know, Cabri up until this point was a sad or what's the marijuana like anti-student
Dare?
For madness.
dare or whatever. Yeah, it was like Cabri was
Reefer
there was
madness.
a moratorium on like if you smoke weed, you might as well be
It's because
doing
the generation before
heroin.
us were a bunch of fucking dope smokers.
Like
Totally.
he never watches, but it was Squitch Gosser who made the bad
you,
name for
you
it.
guys remember like the peak,
Old Neil.
like, we were everybody being so scared of marijuana in that area, like just terrified.
You
Anyway,
will smoke marijuana and you will die.
oh yeah, it was heroin. Like you might as well just be shooting up, kill yourself because like you're fucking gone, baby. And I remember I remember getting to Vancouver and like that's kind of my attitude going in, and then I meet some people and like whatever you get whatever. Anyways, I'm in this apartment, and then I think probably the first time I ever smoked a bong, and I remember sitting there with him and we're laughing, and he made mods for video games, so he's telling me about that, and then I remember doing this. He's like, why do you? I was just doing this, and he's like, man, you've been looking down like that for like 20
John
minutes. Why are you doing that?" I'm
Belushi,
like,
let's shoot a
I can't,
speedball.
and then I said to him, I'm like, I can see my bottom jaw. I can see it through my bones. I can see my bottom jaw.
I can see it through my bones.
And I remember he let me sit like that for like 15 minutes, and then he said, I'm gonna give you a glass of water, and you're gonna make your way home because I don't know what's
just
going
need to
on
go to
right now.
sleep.
Yeah, I'm like, but I'll never forget being just like, oh my god.
I smoked that weed, and then we went to that movie.
Weed.
That's
I was like,
amazing.
Weed gives you X-ray vision.
I don't want
see-
to
se-
18.
okay, so the first time Brad ever smoked weed was with me. Everyone had a great time. The whole thing, we went to go. We all got high.
I did some old lady's voice. I never figured it out again.
we all got high. We're in high school, and it's like, okay, we're gonna go to the big Walmart Supercenter, go to different sides of the Supercenter, and then try to find each other. And like, oh, it'll be so funny. Walmart was closed, so we're just driving around. We had a sober driver, just driving around, and the entire time we're driving around, Brad. No, we actually did, and the entire time we're driving around, Brad did this hilarious.
You're gonna drive
voice
bad, okay?
that you can't to this day can't recreate. But anyways, so the second time it was like, oh sweet, we're gonna smoke. We go to see the first A-Team movie. I don't think there's. Is there two of them? Maybe
Plots
there's
the
only one.
devil.
I think just one.
Anyways, go to see, it was the first Expendables. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
First Expendables movie. And Brad, I didn't know this, but he said the whole time he was too high to enjoy the movie. So the movie's going on around him. He sits there and is just staring at the cup.
No,
Because like this is too stressful
on the,
to look
on
up.
the top of
So-
the cup where they have the little divots where you can push in for the different soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diet, cola, other. I just pushed in the diet thing and I just watched it for 2 hours. I just
For 2 hours.
shaked and watched the diet. I looked at it for 2 hours.
And then you never smoked weed again.
I did a
I'll
couple
never
times.
smoke weed with Andrew again.
No, this is like the next 6 times
Sounds
is
about
like,
right.
okay, this is a strain. This will be the strain that you like.
Speaking of smoking,
It's like, ah,
at my house that day when it was us and like you and Dallas and I think Jesse, and we just smoked, and that's
And
where
Phil was there because
And
Phil
that-
passed out. Phil
and-
like
and-
fully
and-
passed out on the way
Phil,
home.
Phil passed out
He was
twice.
going toke to toke with me.
Yeah, and that's where Cat Mom eating poop came from.
Wow, what a sentence to come back
and
into.
he passed out in the bank, and he passed out in front of my house, standing. I think leaning against the fence.
Yeah. I remember that.
Holy- You're a bit of a pusher.
No, it was. What happens is you get a little bit high, and then you don't think about smoking. It's just like reflex.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
And then so it was like, I would smoke. I'd pass it to Phil. Phil would
Or just doing a
Phil would
circle.
it would circle, but it would always come back and be sitting.
Dallas, and we were in Burt Letch's basement, and we got so high.
which is kind of ringing a bell.
Dallas had his fucking BlackBerry, and we all sat in this dark basement because it was too high to stand up. And Dallas had an alarm set in his phone because he had to go home. And his fucking phone fell out of his pants inside the couch. And it was a set of leather recliners. So it was like on the ground but buried underneath all the
yes.
And that fucking alarm went off for 2 hours and none of us could get up and listen. It was just...
We were like,
ding, 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 ding,
someone's
ding.
gonna find that fucking phone.
We all sat in these cold recliners in this basement.
I remember that now. I forgot about that.
And then
so
we
funny.
drove up to somebody, and somebody went out the window and said, "You want to smoke some dope?" Or remember?
I don't want to name names, but was it not Winston or Bob? It was one of those guys.
Yeah, probably.
I remember because we met him right in front of where P lives and where the hospital is.
Yeah.
Right,
We have a-
right there.
We have a comment.
We got a quick story from the crowd about dope.
Who is it? Is it the guy who looks like John Belushi?
I think so.
Okay, well, then
it
we'll talk
says
to him
the
later.
the first time Clay Winesmoke smoked weed, he actually burnt the entire bowl of a bong while I looked away for 10 seconds, and he coughed up both lungs and died. And then Clay Winesmoke said, "Yeah, I looked like Belushi because we were both dead." Clay Winesmoke.
I love you, Clay.
kinda
I love
seems
you,
like
Clay
a-
Winesmoke.
What?
You're a
Clay?
gem.
Clay, if you're in the
Cheers to you,
city,
Clay.
come on
And then
now.
Cheers to Clay.
And
Cheers
then
to Clay.
cheers to Clay.
Cheers
and
to
then
Clay.
He
Hey,
said,
Clay, right now, are you
You're
in
a
the city?
gem.
Come here right now.
Also,
we'll
I do
fucking
that
party.
bowl again over me greening out on edibles.
I will tell one more weed story before we move on or stop.
I have
We're
one
not-
more
this is a 4-hour, so we're
topic
not
that we
stopping.
could do because like I actually fucked up what the initial ask was, so I think we should.
ask?
Okay.
Well,
sorry.
Andrew and I have a couple of friends from Regina. They were staying in my basement apartment, the one that we lived in.
Oh yeah.
And-
Lindsay
and-
on
108.
They
112.
smoked weed,
12.
and then they put a pizza in the oven, and it was just the two of them there. And then they smoked a bunch more weed on the couch, and then when they sobered up enough, they went to the front door because there was pounding on the door.
yeah.
And the fire department's like, "Where's the fire?" And they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And they're like, "The alarm has been going off for over an hour."
Well, no-
And it was like an air raid siren in the fucking Bun
More,
London.
more importantly, there was so much smoke that you couldn't
see
TV.
into the. So
Like,
they sat
so
in a room
from-
so inundated with smoke. They could
Small
from like
It
with-
should have killed them.
without
Like,
ex- without
they,
ex-
they should have died.
But they
without
probably
ex-
would have died in another hour.
without exaggeration, from Brad to Francois, like a little bit past Francois,
Like a
is
couple
how far
feet.
the TV away
And it was
is.
a 60-inch TV.
And you could hardly see it through the smoke. And they're like, they didn't clue in to the fact that there was a fucking fire until the fire department is.
Because we had one
On
of
the
those
door.
ones that was like, it put sirens throughout the whole unit and outside, and it auto calls the fire department unless you deactivate it right away.
Like there was probably a massive crowd of people who heard this fire alarm
Oh,
blaring
it
and were
literally
staring
sounded
at
like
the
an air
house.
raid siren. It's like,
Yes, it's a fire alarm.
but not like a smoke detector. I don't want people to get confused with like
Smoke-
a
it was
smoke
an
detector.
alarm.
But
It was
even
an
if it
alarm.
was that,
No, it's way louder than that.
Wait,
Like if
There's a-
I put if
the thing is, you're taking a thing that maxes out decibels, and now it's like more like.
no, but I'm just saying
If
like
you
if-
can sit through a fire alarm, you're
guy
dead.
has a
Like you're
picture
dead.
The one guy has a picture of the pizza. It was like a Delissio pizza. they
And
put
it's
in
like
the
a
oven.
puck.
It's like was a full size Delissio pizza, and the picture is of a thing that's like this big and literally like a hockey
if
puck.
I had that same fire alarm 3 houses down and we put a smoke detector above us and it was going off, you would never be able to hear that smoke detector above us. You would only hear that siren over on that.
Yeah.
Like if the university was on fire and that alarm was on, it would be screeching loud down here.
So
Okay, what was your original question?
what was the original prompt?
So the original prompt we got, I don't know how we got quite off base, but the question was,
I don't know.
Can we
Mitchell, if you're listening,
could we tell
bark twice.
Can
To
we tell
Milwaukee. Rachel Bush.
could we tell a story of the time when our significant others we had to like get them home, or they were so drunk, or they were
Danielle,
hungover,
I know one.
or something? Well, you'd be interested to who suggested that topic.
I bet you it's producer Larry.
But let's start with you, Swayde, then.
No, we'll go around.
No, I'm
We'll
going to
go
start
around.
with me.
Okay, start with Brad.
I know the exact story you're going
Yes,
to
you
tell.
have to.
too.
Please tell the one I,
I know
hope
the
you're going to tell.
exact.
The one in
fucking story.
Frontier?
No.
No, honestly, the ambulance one.
The ambulance
fries.
one.
Oh, that's good.
I have 2 ones. I'll tell one's really quick and the other one's they're both really funny. We went down to my beautiful wife. We went down
Danielle
to
drinks a little
a
bit.
New
She's
Year's
never drunk
party
her.
in Frontier, Saskatchewan.
Frontier.
And my wife loves dogs. Really loves dogs. Like more than people are supposed to love dogs. And
Ready for a
then these people were staying in a trailer, like a trailer park trailer. And they had this beautiful golden retriever. Big fucking golden retriever.
Golden retriever, not like a golden doodle, a golden
No,
retriever.
golden retriever outside, And she had a beautiful doghouse, like a heated, lit doghouse, insulated doghouse, because she couldn't live in the fucking RV trailer they lived in.
That there Clark is an RV.
Anyway, so we go in the house. Kelsey's a couple of drinks. She's a very much a lightweight. And I look over and she's got a bottle of Fireball and she's pounding it because they're playing some game. And I was like, I went over to her. I'm like, hey, I don't want to sound like a misogynist asshole mansplainer, but I think after we'd been together like 9 years already, I was like, you know that I want your best interest here, and like I'm trying to so calmly, like, because she's already a little tight, and I was like, I love you so much, and I trust you more than anyone in the world. If you drink any more Fireball, it's going to end very badly. And she's like, no, you're right. Like, I'm not that drunk yet. Like, I won't fuck up. And she's like, I really appreciate you letting me know that. And she's like, I'm not going to get fucked up. Like
10 minutes later.
No, not 10 minutes later. I turn around to go continue my conversation with my friend Keegan, and I hear, yeah! And I turn back around. She's got the Fireball on. And she takes like 3 or 4 more good swallows and sets it down. And then I was like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. And then she got all steaming mad. And then she left across the room and wouldn't talk to me. And then I'm looking around. I can't find her. And she's outside. I open the door and she's outside. And she's standing on the step. And this massive golden retriever is draped over her. And she's like holding him and petting him. And she's fucking sobbing. And
Kelsey's a bit of a
and she's like,
emotional.
She's like, sweetheart, I don't think they ever let him in the house. It was a girl dog. I don't think they ever let him in the house. And she's in like a beautiful like black dress for New Year's, and it is fucking covered in white and gold golden retriever hair, and her hair's all fucked and her makeup's right down, and she's holding this dog like, I will keep you warm. And I'm like, he has a 2,200 square foot doghouse over there with in-floor heating. I think she is fine. I don't think he ever lets. I don't think they ever let him in the house. Anyway, I don't remember that night ended. Probably with vomiting.
Was that New Year's Eve?
Yeah. The second story is Kelsey had to go to a Christmas party about this time last year, years ago, at the first place she ever worked in the city. And I was at home with the flu. I was very, very sick in bed, like sweating, sweating,
cock out.
And she called, cock out. She called me and she's like, they made me smoke meth. And I'm like,
that's like that. Like you're like asleep with the flu.
Hello.
She says they made me smoke meth. That's like one of the first things you hear.
Smoke meth. I'm like, okay. So, she's like, I don't know where I'm in the streets. I'm like, hey.
I'm in the streets. And
I did somehow. I walked her through how to drop a pin, and she was in Stonebridge, so she dropped a pin, and I went and picked her up, and she was so fucked. Just so everyone knows, her employees, her coworkers didn't make her smoke meth. She'd never even smoked weed ever before, and she was like 25.
And just been legalized.
And she had just smoked weed. No, I think it was still illegal maybe back. Oh, maybe not.
No,
anyway.
I remember that one.
It's
anyway,
so weird
so she
to
had
think
like
about
one.
Kelsey being younger than me at any point in time.
And anyway, so I was frustrated, as a husband is. I was just a boyfriend back then. And she's like, I need fucking McDonald's. I'm like, okay, we will get to McDonald's for your meth addiction. So we go to the Stonebridge McDonald's, which is pretty new at this point, and I am in my 2007 Pontiac G5 5-speed standard, and I pull through I drive through the drive-thru. I get her some fries and a burger or something. I want nothing because I can't eat. I'm so fucking sick. And just so everyone knows, I was just picking her up, so I just threw a bunny hug and a spare sweatpants on. I have both matching Rough Rider sweatpants and bunny hug.
And no boxers, important to the story.
Yeah, I'm naked underneath. And I go to the drive-thru and I pay for the food, and then I pick our food up, and then I stall my car. And then behind me is a whole bunch of teenagers, and they are leaning out the window pointing, you fucking loser, you can't fucking drive a standard. You fucking suck, fuckhead. So I'm like, fuck it. I put it in first gear, rev it till max, drop the clutch, and I burn the tires all the way around the corner, all the way back, and then up to the intersection.
Just a quick drive. I saw somebody stall right by Fox and Hounds the other day.
Did you?
First time I'd seen that in years.
Because
Did you
nobody
call him a
drives manuals
fuckhead loser?
anymore.
Oh, I was like,
Pussy.
he had like kind of a tuner car, and he put some work into it. So I'm like, this kid's like 18. Like he thinks he's so sick. He's put work into his car. It's like can
Probably
barely,
fucking
Like,
virgin.
I
Probably
can
fucking
barely
virgin.
drive. And to be fair, I can't drive standard at all. So this is not. I'm not judging.
And like
but
I
it's
could I could drive an 18 speed
Oh,
even fuller
easy.
at this point.
But it's like it was so funny. It's almost in particularly funny.
Can
to
I tell
see.
my story? So I gotta piss really bad.
no, I got mine.
No, go.
Hurry up! I gotta piss.
Go piss. No, he says I just no. Go piss
Go
now.
piss.
Go.
Go piss.
No,
Run.
I'm doing the thing where I'm not pissing the whole time. I'm just gonna piss myself. Go
Oh
ahead.
boy.
Okay.
Anyway, it's just funny to see somebody who like clearly like wants to be the standard guy
And he's not
stall
a
their
standard
vehicle,
guy.
and it's like okay.
I pull up to the intersection. I'll try and speed up. I pull up to the intersection. There's an ambulance directly across from me, and through the red light, the ambulance throws the lights on and noses right up to my car. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "He's like, pull over, like I've got you." And I'm like, "Fuck that." So I jump up on the fucking sidewalk and make sure I drive wide enough that they can't get my license plate, and I just fucking take off.
Like, like
Actually,
through
no,
the Fast and Furious.
I lied. This isn't a
Yeah.
Christmas party because it was summer. It was dry pavement. So it must have just been a house party she was at. Anyway,
You've never told me that one part of the story.
the ambulance?
No, that the ambulance verbally
Nosed up.
addressed.
No,
Well,
no,
not
no.
verbally. He's just waving in the windshield.
Oh, I
He
saw.
nosed
oh,
up
sorry.
and was
He
like,
knows-
Sorry,
right-
I thought he said to you.
No, he knows right up to me.
I can't hold it. I gotta piss. Go ahead.
No, run.
I heard
You
this
go.
story before.
Anyway, so I'm fucking driving fast. Like I'm probably going through the residential area like 140, 150, like and like blowing through the gears, getting around. And I look behind me, and that fucking ambulance is still right behind me, and they are fucking
chasing you
fast,
down.
chasing me down, lights on, chasing me. I turn left, I pull into a cul-de-sac, dead end. Fuck. I pull
You
up.
drive through a house.
oh, you're going through back alleys.
No,
like,
no, just that's just down the street.
Talladega
Okay.
Night style, you could.
Just down the main streets, and I turn left, and it's like a cul-de-sac. You can't get out. I pull up to the circle, I get out, and hands up. I surrender.
Yeah.
Ambulance pulls up. I walk up to the window. They're like shouting at me, like they think I'm some meth head junkie fucking psycho.
Not inaccurate.
And it's important to the story. I leave my driver's door open, propped open, and you can see into my vehicle.
What are you wearing?
I told him my bunny
Oh, you
hug
already
and my
said, sorry.
sweatpants. Anyway, so the guy's like, he's asking me all these fucking questions, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I explained the situation to him. He's like, yeah, likely fucking story. Like you were drunk at this party too. I'm like, you think I was at that fucking party? I pulled my fucking sweatpants down. I'm naked underneath. Like you think I'd go to a party naked underneath this? And I knew my driver's license number off the top of my head. And I'm like, if you want to call it into the police, I don't have my license on me. I don't have anything on me.
And what was
That's the
what was
kind of thing
what was
Hold on.
only a criminal
Hold
would
on.
do.
And then, so they're like starting to soften up now a little bit, and they laughed at me. And the fucking, either I pointed out or the passenger ambulance driver points over to my car. And Kelsey is not looking at the ambulance at all. She's still sitting in the seat with the bag, and she's shoveling french fries in her mouth. And then they're falling all over her lap, and then she's scooping them back up off her lap and hammering them back into her mouth again. I'm like, do you see?
like
Do you see what I have to deal with here? And they just burst out laughing. They're like, Craig, quit doing CPR on that guy in the back and get up here. You got to see this. Fuck, that guy's been dead for an hour. You got to see this fucking drunk bitch up here.
honestly,
Anyway, so I get back in my car. They let me go. I pull around, and they've got two badged cruisers and an undercover car parked around the corner because they called me in, and they were going to come full fucking tub thumping by Chumbawamba. I was going to get we will rock you.
Yeah.
Like they were going to billy club me to death.
so moral of the story: ambulances can
You-
and will chase you down and get you arrested.
You are not safe. Emergency service personnel with the right attitude will pursue you. Swayde, go ahead.
Yes.
He's back.
I'll get it done. Well, anyways, are we telling stories about the SOs?
Yes.
Okay, lead you to your mic.
Is it the drunkest they've ever been? Or?
Did time you a
Cute
difficult?
and funny story
Okay, no.
to tell in the divorce proceedings.
Daniel wants to
Yeah,
talk
da- da-
about
da-
she.
da-
No, okay.
Yeah.
What's the
I don't know.
Borat. It's when he's saying like.
Oh, he
put-
thought you were
put-
telling him to be
No,
quiet.
you were saying like let me. So it reminded me of Borat when he's like put the
he's-
perfume on me or whatever, and he says yeah when he says that it's enough when he's. I mean, you've seen the fucking
No,
movie.
it's been-
You wear the swimsuit.
One time.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so anyways, about a month and a half ago ish, we'll
Oh,
say.
this is recent.
We flew down to Nashville, not on a rep trip. We paid for this with our own money.
Thank you, Danielle,
this
for
was our-
paying for
Was this our
Swayde.
first full day there? Like we flew in, then it's the next day. Okay, so the next day we
Showed up in boots, ruined your black tie
Okay,
fade.
now I'm mad. He could have came and decided not to.
Yep, that's what he
I
does.
told you that.
Him and
No, I didn't
him and
know that.
Horny are full bet cowards, half bet cowards.
Continue, I'm so
Anyway,
sorry.
so
I'm
we
sorry,
fly in on a
interrupt you twice now.
Wednesday. Yeah, so we got there. It was like late at night,
Really?
so we're kind of like house up. We're
Think
called
so?
quiet night. So next day, we're going to Broadway, Nashville, prime time. It's like 20 degrees, beautiful day. We start off. We go right to what was that chicken place we went to? Raisin Kings. Get our fill of chicken and fries.
Fast food place.
Yeah. It's probably the best I've ever had. Anyway, so we started this bar. We bought like there's what is there, 40 bars on that street. We hop. Find Kid Rock's bar and we just pit in.
What's that called?
It's just called Kid Rock's bar, I think.
Oh fuck.
Anyways, she's ordering vodka something. Vodka sodas. Like they free pour down there, hey. And she's had 6, 7. I don't know. Could have been 10. Anyways, next thing I know, she's absolutely fucking fucked and wants to go shopping for cowboy boots.
Oh, this is way later in the day.
Well, I know it was a lot of. Anyways, where she shop like we're in the store. It was like 3 aisles. It's like probably the size of this, a little bit bigger than this basement.
You're now at the cowboy boot store.
Yeah, and
Yes.
she's like literally like, well, I like those boots. Let me just try them. And she tries to lead her, put one on, like almost falls over to grab her collar. And then we leave that. Decides not to buy one. And we come out and there's a horse there.
Oh, sorry,
She's
this is food. I'm not taking it from
and
you.
she's a big horse girl. And she's a cop on a horse. Tries to go pet it.
Oh,
he says,
no.
No, not allowed, he says.
Yeah.
And she's like, can't speak at this point. She's so fucking. She's,
Still goes.
like, but like, she's like, and that's in that thing, she's the most polite, like, gentle person, but like, it's like nonverbal. It's, hey, where do you want to go?
I can just imagine her big
Home.
stupid face
I
doing
wanna
that.
go- I wanna
if
go
she was here
home.
right now, she'd hate me to say that.
Well,
but
if she was here right now.
that
anyways.
big dumb smile she gets when she's hammering.
Anyways, moral story: she was in bed and sleeping by 7 o'clock. We paid $1,000 to get down there in bed by 7 o'clock. Oh, and she says, "Oh, I'm a big drinker." She says, "I like drinking."
Did that make you? How angry? 1 to 10 did that make you?
Oh,
No, if we
24.
weren't- if we weren't there,
Swayde is 0 or 80.
if we
Like a
weren't-
bullshit.
Shut your
Blacked out.
fat mouth. Anyways, if we weren't there for a week, I'd be mad. Like if we were there for 3 days, I'd been pissed. But like, yeah, I got her in a cab, and she was sleeping in bed by 7.
You wouldn't go back out on your own, you fucking bitch.
I wanted to, but like, she's like, I don't know, she might puke and die. I had to
Just
run
put her
up.
in the recovery position.
And that, she
Kelsey
had-
would
no,
not
she-
have seen
no,
me till the next day.
No,
can
she.
get
But then
out
my luck, she'd go
the recovery
roll over.
position.
No, you can't. You put them in a good recovery position, they can't roll over.
You put a pillow behind them.
Ropes.
Next thing
What?
I know, I'm the dick kid who killed the
If they can roll over,
over,
then you don't need to worry about it.
No, I'm saying
That's the thing.
yes. Well, I don't know if you're building on what I just said. But
I am. I'm saying if they can roll out, if they are able to roll out of the recovery position,
Yes.
then they don't need to be in the recovery
the thing
position.
and the point is like
that-
I'm a
it's
medical
very
doctor.
it's,
Thing
I'm a
is
medical. I'm a medical doctor.
it's
Take
very
my
difficult
advice.
to get somebody into a recovery position that they can't get out of unless you have
Yeah,
help.
I don't want to.
No,
I
no.
don't want to put her in the bathroom.
Nobody
on the
ever
fucking
rolls
side,
out
like-
of the recovery position unless they're doing it of their own will.
Yeah.
The point of the recovery position is not accidentally with gravity roll out.
No. I'm saying if you're gone, you don't know when they're gonna you
don't
have no
know.
idea what
You
will
don't-
happen.
You know if they come to and like
You
go to the bed or
you lose your autonomy
change
over the
rooms
situation.
or-
So it's
yeah.
like they could wake up for 1 second, have a period of lucidity, be like, oh no, because they're dead.
Well,
That's
then that-
what-
no,
all you
that's
need.
why I didn't
You
wanna-
need one-
No,
you
no,
need
I
one
I
don't
don't want to
second.
go home.
No,
go home
that is
single.
them. I'm saying my liability is now
Oh, I
off.
see. Yeah, that's fair. Take a picture and be like, yeah, I left them this way.
Yeah.
No, but then next thing you know, there's a Netflix documentary. It's like the fat guy who killed his
No.
girlfriend or whatever. It's
No,
you.
now that Bradford's put it that way, I agree.
Making a murderer.
Really,
No, it's a lose-lose. You leave, you're a dick.
if you're gonna be that upset over another person that if they die you're gonna be so upset, like you shouldn't be involved with another person in that manner. Like
no, I'm saying if they wake up and
You're
and
way
and,
too
and you're
involved.
not there,
You're way too attached.
It's an
Way too
outside
attached.
If you
fucking-
care if somebody else dies,
Guys,
you are
you're
way
way
too
too
attached. So, Andrew, tell us
It's
about
all
your
about
loved one.
liability.
Just a touch of the TISM. I only have one story because Katie is usually the one who takes care of my drunk ass. It was New Year's Eve.
Ruined your black tie.
It was New
fan.
Year's Eve that when we got the
Last one to know.
the last one to show. I was the last one you thought you'd see there.
Go ahead.
That was awesome.
That was great. Electric
nice
electric is how I would describe
Nice
it. but
harmony, actually.
I think so.
Sorry,
I think
Kel.
so. New Year's Eve, we got the party bus.
going
The year
Oh,
we
that
got-
was Garth Brooks, not Toby
Yeah,
Keith.
yeah.
Friends of low place.
Yeah, we were all.
no, that
Were you guys there?
They were
the
buddies.
party bus here? No.
Party bus here. Where?
No,
New Year's
that was
Eve
Kerry
party.
Gordon and shit.
Yeah. It was like Ryan
What was
Wig,
it-
Kerry
what was it
Gordon.
when Jill got the party bus? Was that not New Year's Eve?
No,
The
this
man-
Not
was
the one with Alex.
Yeah.
That was a random one.
Oh, yeah.
Kerry Gordon was on that.
yeah.
bus?
Kerry's the one who kept giving him
So
all the cash.
to be fair, the reason that Katie got so drunk was mostly our own fault. We had a bottle.
You made a lot of people mad.
Did I? Oh, well.
No, like night of mad, not next day mad.
What do you mean?
I don't
Like when
remember
you
that.
were putting fucking super high it was like butter ripple
No,
schnapps with
I-
Everclear in it or something.
I maintain no liability for this. What we did was
All about liability, baby.
we took 2 shots out of a couple of Mickeys of liqueur for the party bus and replaced those shots with Everclear.
Yeah.
And then literally as we're like, hey guys, before we pass it out, it's like, hey, we put a little bit of Everclear in this. This is like pretty strong.
This never happened.
It did, absolutely. Katie will verify in the chat right
Okay,
now.
hold on. This is a story about Katie getting
Li-
so fucked
yeah,
up. she had to look at-
anyways.
live tweet us.
We're driving around on the bus. Both of these liqueur.
And Andrew had nothing to do with the Spanish Inquisition. Totally.
I never said that. I never once claimed that. Both these Mickeys of alcohol with the Everclear get consumed. We're driving around. We end up at a certain local establishment on Broadway Avenue. It's
Is it a piece of
145. It is a fucking dump. So we end up there. Other highlight of the evening: the guy we had driving the bus, vaguely looked like Kurt Russell. So everyone, of course, called him Kurt all night. He has a name tag that doesn't say Kurt. So the whole night we're like, "Hey, Kurt, pull it over here." He pulled
it
it. I you know what's sad? I don't remember what he actually. I remember him as Kurt. So we paid for the party bus as we're getting dropped off at this establishment on Broadway. Everyone on the bus, every couple at least, tips this guy like $100, and there's like 20. So he probably like he got paid, and he probably got tipped over $1,000 by all these drunk people. So we're there. We're stopping in for some like end of the night, like 2:30, 3:30 in the morning nachos. We pull up there, and I see Katie beside me, and then all of a sudden she's just not there for the entire rest of the night. And then
It's a woman after my own heart.
her and Alec, I'm like, where? Turns out she was in the bathroom for half an hour puking in the bathroom.
Okay, never mind.
And then we're in the Uber on the way home. Both her and Alex, who's staying at my house, are puking. And so I'm in the Uber, and I'm like, "Do you have a bag?"
Yeah.
And I have to get a grocery bag from the Uber guy, and like, she had stopped, but Alex is sitting beside me, and he's fucking puking in his grocery bag, and the whole time I'm just like, I'm to the Uber driver, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, like it's not spilling, I promise, like I'll fucking lick it up, like it's not, it's fine,
Lick it up.
Oh yeah, lick it up.
I won't, like I swear it's not spilling, like I promise.
I don't know if there are other lyrics to Kiss "Lick It Up." All I know is "Lick It Up."
Oh yeah, lick it up.
So how's Katie doing at this point?
She's like fully catatonic, like just kind of like in the side of the car. She's quiet to begin with, but I think she's trying not to puke because Alex is puking right beside her. So she's trying to like focus on, and she's not puking, but she's like close, I can tell. And so she's sitting there the whole time. She's like rocking in the Uber, like trying not to vomit. And Alex is sitting there puking into the garbage bag. And I'm sitting here. I'm so sorry. Like I it's okay. And we park, and like everyone gets out, and then Alex pukes
Andrew
much
reaches
more in my
around
yard.
the car seat, grabs the driver's throat,
Just
squeezing.
No, we ended up getting there. No puke was spilled in the car. I didn't have to pay a cleaning fee. Everything was good. But I probably apologized in a 10-minute Uber ride, like from here to my place. I probably apologized over 100 times to this guy. Like I'm just constant stream of I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And I don't think it's to the void. I think even if the person is rolling their eyes, I think it's important.
And then the other thing was she's so drunk. She wakes up the next morning. She's like, yeah, I have such a bad hangover. I'm like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, like, I have a bit of a headache. It's pretty bad. Like,
yeah?
what do you? Oh yeah, that sounds terrible. She
Oh,
takes
no.
she takes a couple Advil, drinks some water. She's like,
Now,
oh yeah,
I
I'm
don't
good.
know if have you ever looked after Amy? Like, because you are a belligerent alcoholic.
Yeah, it's a problem, Francois. It's a
The two of you will. It's wild that this isn't the first thing I would like.
No,
I'm gonna
I
say,
can like.
I remember when she
her being
puked in the
very drunk
table
one
at
time.
Athena's.
I'm gonna say the word toonie.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, right. When he swallowed a toonie. Well, I was also fucking mad at you too.
Right.
I was ready to fist fight a 5'3" woman.
Wasn't that one of your? It was an event. It wasn't just a
Wasn't a
random
birthday,
night, was it?
definitely not.
Just a random
I think it
fun.
was just a random night.
It was a random fun time.
Oh, I thought it was like legit, like a night we had.
We were playing quarters with a
No, no,
toonie
no,
and then
no.
he swallowed it.
I'll say
the
this.
whole thing was we're just sitting there, and I can't remember the exact context to
Autistic
what.
as fuck.
I can't remember why you were flicking him the toonie, but you were giving Fran a toonie to like put in the jukebox or something.
I thought we were playing quarters.
No, that's the whole. We weren't doing. We're just sitting there drinking. Everyone's drinks were around, and Brad's like, "Here's a toonie. Call someone who cares. Whatever ridiculous
I
thing
said
Brad
some
does."
asshole, as I'm sure, and I'm not being sarcastic.
You're like a significant way from the table. You flick this toonie up. It goes pop back into your glass, and I'm like, everyone's like screaming, like, "Oh my god!" And everyone's like, "No, Fran, you have to drink it now. Like that's crazy." I did, and you obliged, slugged it back, swallowed the toonie, and
Chris knows his birthday.
events transpired.
Yeah.
Yes, I have never, very few times in my life, have I ever defended my. So you have your significant other. They're your rock, your whatever.
Yeah.
Very few times in your life will you'll want to defend your friends against your spouse. That's the best way to put it. I was like, listen, you need to fucking calm down, and that was the big thing. It was like. And I'll say this, like, I'll paint it in the most charitable light. Somebody got very worried about me medically. And so then, because I had a toonie in me. And so then, anyways, it got very raucous. And obviously it was drunk and it was
Basically, Amy told me, if you don't call 811,
Yes.
I'm going to start a fire in this building and kill everyone in here.
yes.
And
I tell,
so
yeah,
I called 811.
Not an overreaction at all.
I called
Totally
811,
fair.
and then Amy was off yelling at somebody else, and I finally got through to 811. I was on hold for a long time, and I was like, "Kate, it's not me, it's this person." I hand the phone to Francois, and he grabs it. What is this? I'm like, 811's on the phone. He hangs it up. Why the fuck would you call 811, you fucking retard, or something like that? And I was like,
I wouldn't say
Hard
that,
R
but
bomb.
yeah.
No, he said our bomb.
I was like,
hard
you
R.
fucking piece of shit. You fucking piece of
Okay.
shit.
I agree. I agree.
If you were aggressive.
It was like
Yeah,
it was like cut.
but-
It was like
but-
cut your leg off. I need it. Like, and then I cut the leg off. It's like, why the fuck would you
But-
cut that off?
But so the thing
I
is
didn't
like
want that. Why would you do that?
I apologize for the hard R.
a
That
little,
was just
a little bit contextually for that interaction. Like, I was not privy to the fact that you had been harassed by my significant other for a while. So I was just sitting there.
Oh,
like,
when she is drunk,
The 100 Years War lasted for a while.
she's
This
4'9"
was way
of
longer
just
than
pure
that.
oh, whatever.
mean.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like I
She
was
gets
kind
that teacher voice on.
Yeah, and
It's
hates tacos.
scary.
Anyways, but she's mean.
well, I was kind of doing my own thing. So then, basically, what I thought you did to me was hand me a phone that you had dialed 911 into. So, like, to me, it was like, why the fuck would you give me a phone that you called the, like, that was my perception of it. So it was like a very, like that's a fucked up, weird thing to
I'm pretty
do,
sure I had
right?
like a 2.5 piece of stolen steel in my hand, and I bent it over.
Well, I
was
remember,
like,
I remember, because I think even that night, because you said it to me many times since, but I think even that night you said to me, I've never wanted to harm you physically so badly. And, well,
It was
and
just like
I can be cutting with the words I say, but that night, whatever I said to you, it cut you back.
because the juxtaposition was so fierce. Amy was like, "If you don't fucking call 811, I will stab every fucking person that you've ever loved, and I will make you watch them die."
Yes.
And then I complied, and then after
Yes.
after
He did
complying,
what
Franz
he
was
was
like,
asked.
"If you ever fucking do that again, I'll kill everybody you loved." And I'm like, "You just gave me a catch-22."
To me,
and I will
wait,
kill you.
Yes.
to me, it's less what you said, and it's entirely about the look
It
and
was
the gaze.
visceral.
It was the gaze of like, the gaze says a million words. Where it's like Francois gives his look, where it's like, the fact that you
I'll
even
say-
the fact that you even thought the thing that you're saying out loud
will
makes
say-
me makes me think of you as less than a human, less than nothing. Like that in that gaze, time begins and ends, and the thing that you thought of yourself, the
Like I was
self-esteem
such
that you had
in that split
is
second, I was such
built
an
up and-
impudent little fuck.
Yes.
Like
I will
like
say,
I was the
your self-esteem
fucking pawn
your
scum.
self-esteem goes from 0 to 100 and then gets destroyed again in an instant.
I'm
I
like,
will
I
say-
finally did it. It's like, you are not worth my
That-
words.
I do.
Keep your fuck
okay.
tongue behind your
Okay.
teeth, you wicked bird.
You know what it's like?
Yes.
You know what it's like? Yes. You know what this is like, having this face? It's like how Superman says, like, when I shake someone's hand, I have to be careful. And it's not that he shakes anyone's hands more, like, I'm just a man, and I just have a face of a man.
Or empty. We'll fill it up again.
But it's like, I
Just
almost,
straight rum then.
I almost have to compensate for the awful angularity of my face by doing, like, being like, I almost have to, because it's like, it doesn't matter if I say something slightly aggressive, it will be perceived as,
I didn't walk through fire and death and brandy words with a witless word.
it's like,
Have a tongue, but behind your
if my intentions are like 10% negative, it will be perceived as 80% like.
The thing
Negative.
is, with some distance, you're probably right, but I'm still not 100% sure.
It's just like you're in the bed. You're.
I'm just a man.
I'm laying in the recovery bed in the Grey Havens, and Gandalf walks in. He's like, "Did you fucking put that ring in the fire, you fucking idiot?"
I think more malice is attributed to me than exists. But I get it.
Just
like,
Francois,
the
like
thing
the
is,
face that Francois makes when you say something, and he's like, he gives you that look
Yeah, no,
of
the thing is-
condescension
yeah.
and like, are you fucking?
I've got that.
You know what?
one
It's
before.
are you fucked?
No, but the
That's
problem with
the-
that is
that's-
I like that.
The thing is,
we were past that because he
No,
wouldn't bother
Francois, it's
asking me if
Francois.
I thought I was fucked because I wouldn't have no idea.
No,
no, that's the thing.
what that is.
No, it is.
I will not. I'll not claim ignorance because I
It
know
is.
It is a look of
guttural
pure,
disgust.
It is a look of pure disgust
visceral.
and
It's
malice,
visceral disgust.
and it's a look of
I can't do it like
a contempt, utter contempt.
the thing is.
you can't because I can't go disgusted enough to still have the malice
No,
because then I look
you
like
and
I'm
I-
getting sick.
To be fair, like
No, I don't understand what that means.
I had you
Can
be
I-
mad
can I
though.
turn back a few people?
You got to rip the mad eyebrows, but the face has to say I'm ready to puke just by thinking
if
about
you
you.
tap on it and then type, you can type.
just
Okay. Yes. So what I want to say is I can't claim full ignorance because the thing is I have an older sister who is me on crack in terms of the expression, and the thing is I know she has a similar issue, and she and I have talked about this many times where she's like, "Have you ever just been out at a night and you say something like kind of a not like sort of like half-ass sort of negative, but then the person reacts so strongly to what you said?" And it's like, yeah, that happens to me like pretty frequently. And I'm like, why do people react so much more strongly to when I say something negative to when somebody else can say the exact same thing?
Because sometimes when you do it, I do catch just a hair of you're so fucking pathetic. I feel bad for you. But
Yeah.
this was that was completely masked by anger.
it's like again, without exaggeration.
Like it was like it's like I can't
it's like time
imagine living
stops.
your pathetic little life.
It's like
It was like
yeah.
it's like I feel so
Yeah.
bad for your awful, worthless fucking.
It's like time.
I
It's
swear
like
I
time.
don't
Sto-
actually think these
no.
thoughts.
It's
swear
like
I
it's like
don't.
time stops,
I don't.
and for a moment you see through the window of the soul into his eyes and his mind.
And we're talking
and
the
a
difference
glimpse of what
between
he's
like
thinking.
a teaspoon and a half of sugar in a recipe. And it's like, you fucking disgusting whelp.
If you guys would have grown up with Frenay, you would have ended
Oh.
yourselves in a closet with a
I have had nothing but incredibly positive interactions with Renee. She terrifies me.
I don't know. The thing is
Like she like the look she has on her face.
there's no way that I'm worse than Frenay.
No,
there's
she-
no way.
She looks at like even if she isn't like a wordsmith.
I hate that
She
you
looks like the type of person who
What?
could just
What's he
destroy
doing?
me with a
But
few
two-
words.
Like use the home row keys, you fucking.
Hunt and peck.
I type like that, so I can't even talk shit.
I do a weird.
Okay, well, thank you guys. Everyone have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you.
We're going to continue that and we're going to get
What'd you say?
Oh,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on this, the 9th episode and chronologically final podcast. Do tune in to the later episodes. There are some really funny ones coming
There's a
up.
bit of a pizza party happens in the last one.
No, that's that's.
They have
what
pizza.
We had pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
For us, this is the final episode that we're broadcasting.
Okay, can we all do like a final thingy dingy?
Let's finish our drinks.
Sure, I don't know.
I'm just finished mine.
What? We'll do it again.
We're open another one and start it up.
How many beer left?
3. That's why I was
Why
gonna
don't
say
we
like
keep going till it's gone?
till just the beers are gone.
yeah.
Well,
Oh, we're
Four.
coming on 2
Four.
hours.
I don't. Wait, no. Andy, sorry. How fucking exhausted are you? I'm gonna let you decide. And this is not a strike.
Yeah,
She said she's
Done?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
it's time to be
let's-
done.
let's
It's
call-
time to be
let's call it.
No,
Cheers.
let's
Come
Cheers.
on.
That's more
Okay.
fair.
Cheers.
Here.
Cheers, everybody.
Pussies. Also, which camera am I throwing my hat at? Center camera? Is that you
Middle.
doing that?
Okay, Swayde, this camera, that camera, that camera. Why don't you tell us what you've got going on?
Where to find you on social media?
This camera, that camera, that camera. Why don't you tell us? Don't. That one doesn't help. Actually, you can't. That
Fuck it,
camera.
we're doing it live! Fuck it!
Join us next year. We will not be having Swayde.
Because, well, there goes
Clay
all your
Wine Smoke.
viewership.
Do you actually think I have a nice jawline? That's a really nice thing to say. Wow.
He's also a complete fucking narcissist. So
No one's ever said that about me. That's a really nice thing to say.
You don't have a jawline because you're fat.
Well, that's what I thought.
You're
But
kind
he
of a
said that.
fat. You kind of
That's Clay Wine Smoke.
Andrew, why don't you sign us off?
Good day. Thanks.
That's it?
It is.
Andrew, why don't you give us the big? Andrew, give us the big send off we were talking about.
We were talking about
We
yeah.
planned this prior to the show.
Thank you so much for all the support over the years. We really appreciate all the likes and shares and engagement that we get on everything we post.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, and yeah, stay tuned. We're kind of shifting everything over to this channel now, where we do our creative stuff.
What the fuck?
So
What the fuck are you doing?
we're gonna end it that way, I guess.
Hey, thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Merry Christmas.